recording. I'm going to start streaming. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Welcome, everybody. Another episode of Rocks Fall, Everyone Dies. I'm here with the crew of the Nostromo. This is episode 66. That's right. This is the Game of the Beast. Let's see what happened. And to know how we got into this interesting predicament, Decadic, can you tell us what happened last game?
Gladly. Last game, after making our narrow escape from the valley where Oselius taken up residence, we beat feet and headed up northwards out of the mountains after some rough flying via polymorph. Came up to a mining town in the southern edge of Zune, which is very peculiar. Lots of weird memory stuff going on where nobody could understand or explain why the town was so deserted and not appearing to produce much in the way of mining ore. While there, we found evidence of an agent of Azun who had been sent there to investigate and figure out what was going on, and from the tracks we found, seemed he also fell under the sway of whatever was affecting this town rather quickly at that. So we took off to get out of that creepy fucking place. Made our way up to a crossroads where we were able to get a hitch a ride on a Zeppelin to the actual capital city of Azun, the walking city, where we did a little shopping, got some badass equipment and stuff, and arranged a meeting with the Gearmonger family to let them know what we found down in that town, to warn them about how creepy and spooky it is and whatnot. And in exchange, they gave us a reward and also a choice of transportation to get us to Rokugan to meet up with our ship, which we were finally able to contact via sending again to set sail that direction to eventually meet up with us. And they the Gearmonger family offered us a teleport or a Zeppelin to the Rokugan. We decided to go with the teleport. And funny how this Gearmonger person had yellow clothes on, just like, oh God, they're a member of the Cult of Aster. They bamfed us to a temple, presumably the Temple of Elemental Evil. We'd previously escaped. Well, there we did get a ping off a Luke K creature that Smoot was nearby and started making our way through cultists and demons and Rakshasas, oh my, and got tracked down by the creepy dude in the yellow robe with the mask of mirrors that we had encountered before in Saltmarsh, who has since split us up into two groups, me with Rutherford and everybody else on the other side, who, via magically painted doorway, finally found Smoot.
Okay.
Ooh. Can I do our sponsor?
Yes, you can do our sponsor.
Please.
Is it Trump's Twitter account?
No, today's sponsor is Buffalo. The Buffalo, without which their wings, football fans would have nothing to throw up, or maybe nachos. So the Buffalo was our sponsor.
The mighty Buffalo. Anyway. So, let's rewind time a little bit. Let's see how Smoot got here, right? Spend the next couple minutes crafting this. Smoot, you find yourself in a barren wasteland. It's not quite a desert, right? A desert would require something to live here, right? This is mud salt flats. It looks like no one treads here. It's a very hilly terrain. Most shrubberies you'd find are petrified, as if they had just sat here, bleached by the sun for many, many long millennia. And to the north, you see mountaintops in the distance. Snow-capped mountaintops, telling you they're very high up. To the south, you see another range of mountains in the distance, but these have split peaks, almost like clawed, taloned hands reaching to the sky. To the east, you see a barren desert. No, to the west. To the west, you see a barren desert. that seems to go on forever, but eventually seems to descend into, you see ominous black storm clouds that don't appear like they're giving birth to rain, but so far in the distance, it's just on the horizon, you see a very long stretch of black clouds that give occasional whoosh, flash of light. To the east, you see many hilly terrain. The terrain does get more hilly, but you start to see greenery. Right? You start actually seeing some life. The occasional sprout of some kind of grass peeking out of the barren salt flat-like desert. Right? I'm saying desert. It's more like a mud salt flat. Which direction do you go?
And I have no idea where on the planet I am.
Not yet. If you do have proficiency with navigator's tools or cartographer's tools, you can do a check probably at night using the stars. Right now, you went from night to sun. Like it is daytime. There are no stars.
East it is then.
Okay. Oh, you do see the remnants of a campsite and footprints heading north towards the mountains to the north. You would see that.
Okay. East it is then.
East it is then. All right. You head east. Let me pull up my notes. I wrote up this area and no one headed east. I'm going to need a series of checks for you because this is going to be a heck of a walk, right?
Okay.
But let me pull up my notes in. I wrote up this area: Exalted Empire, Kingdom, Majocracy, Media, Netadron, Eloise, Barovia, Thay, Volcanium, Visseria, Burn, Isle of Dread, Azun, Codexes, Free Cities. That's weird. Temple of Elemental Evil I wrote up. Oh, you know what? I put it in Friday night games. I apologize for the wait. My notes are in.
You don't want to eat that. That's buffalo
That's
sauce.
what my wife said.
That's buffalo sauce. Yeah, regretting it now, aren't you?
What the fuck? No, it's not there. What the? That's some bullshit. I wrote this thing up. Freeport, Temple of... Let me see. Rokugan, Dragon Empire, Eloise, Netherron, Media. Quick Notes, Majocracy, Kingdom. Codexes, Burn... Oh, it's in Metaplots. Jesus Christ.
Are you from Buffalo?
Buffalo.
Really?
The Cult of Hester, Cult of Tiamat, the Collective. There we go. I found it. I put it in the Google Drive, not the OneNote. Okay. You head towards... I'm going to need a... Let's do a survival check, right? Because you're traveling. I will need a Constitution saving throw, right? Because you're traveling long, excruciating distances. And I will need one other skill check of your choice that you would choose while traveling to aid these checks. That one being chosen and rolled first to modify the other two.
Okay.
So what traveling skill would you use traveling in an unknown land but heading towards something? Outside of survival and a Constitution saving throw. It could be a spell.
Try perception.
Perception. Okay.
Keep an eye out for hazards.
Right. You're looking for things. Okay.
Okay.
You're looking for the
so,
sign. Okay. Go ahead and roll that.
that's a 17.
That's pretty good. Okay. Go ahead and roll that survival check.
Let's see. Survival's +2. That's an 11.
11. Is it trained?
I don't think so. I'm going to double check.
Modify
Nope.
it down. Okay. And go ahead and roll me a Constitution saving throw. See how long you can travel.
That's +6. That's 24.
Well, but fuck me. All right. So you travel throughout the day, and then because it's so nice and cold, it's not really too bad on you, and you have your flame sword, right? You kind of just travel through the night. And then it's the next morning, and you continue to travel, right? It doesn't bother you. You just feel kind of tireless at this point. Eventually, in the afternoon of the second day, you come across a road.
Ooh.
An actual road.
Which directions does it go?
It continues to go east. The road just appears. It looks like it's just cut off suddenly, as if they just stopped building a road there, but it's clean cut, square, perfectly square, well tended to, and paved.
Ooh. Okay. I guess we're following the concrete road.
Paved road, but yeah,
Okay.
kind of like Roman pavers. You follow the road. It goes for about a half an hour, right? You're coming across the road, and suddenly across the road, you see a sign of a town in the distance. It is written in 9 different languages.
Of which I probably speak 6.
Valerian, Astarian, Tortistran, Mysian, Azunian, Vasarian, Grigaldanian, and Rokuganian. And there's a bunch of weird dots and lines, which if you read Kenku, the Kenku language,
Which I do.
Kazian, it's part of Kazian hand side is a bunch of lines and dots, kind of almost like Morse code.
So the Kenku sign language is
Sign
what it
language,
is, right?
right.
So let's see. I've got Valerian, Grigaldorian, Kenku sign language. So yeah, I can read it.
You can read it. What's the name of this town? What? Wait, why doesn't this town have a name? Indian Hills. The name of the town is Indian. I saw a doggy just appear out of the mist and disappear.
Mm-hmm.
Very last game of you. It appears out of the mist and it's gone. Anyway, the name of the town is Indian Hills. Population 2,328. It is 3 miles away.
All right. I guess I am going.
As you pass the sign, roll me a perception check. Or if you have a passive perception of 16, you need no roll.
Double check. Nope, passive perception is 12.
Okay, so go ahead and make a roll.
How about a 9?
Darn it, I really wanted you to see that. Okay, never mind. Well, fuck me for giving you a roll. Alright, you don't see it. It was going to be cool. Now we don't get to be cool.
You can still be cool. You can
No,
just retcon it.
I can't. Anyway, as you head to Brutus's knife, Julius. So you head towards Indian Hills, 3 miles down. By the way, I forgot to, and I apologize. The land as you're traveling east gets more and more verdant. At this point, it is lush grasslands, and once you get towards Indian Hills, you actually start seeing trees and tree lines.
Cool.
Indian Hills features many verdant parks and orchards. As you start walking down, you actually start seeing, as you get 2 miles in, within a mile of Indian Hills, you start seeing orchards and you start seeing farms, right? It is known, you don't know that? You don't know that? You don't know that?
History check?
Roll me a history check. Yeah, roll me a history check. and I'll let you know in character. Yeah, let me go ahead and roll it.
17.
17. You feel very strongly that you know the world fairly well, right? As a young lad, you studied charts, geography, right? As a sailor, you studied ports, towns. You have never heard of the town Indian Hills, and you've never heard of a town that has like 10 different languages on its sign outside. You've never heard of this place, and you feel confident as a person that knows the world that I mean, most places you walk into, you've heard of, right? Especially if it's like, what's up with that?
Guess I'll find out.
Right. Okay. So, as you get within a mile of the town, you see a large town. A couple thousand people might live here. You see chimney stacks. It seems well built up. You see what appears to be some kind of merchants area through the middle of town. And as you start walking towards town, do you walk towards town?
Where else am I going to go?
Right, and think of like 17th century French town, right? It's well built up, stone walls, right? There's a slight wall around the town, but it's like a half wall, right? It's not a full like, oh, there's guards in the guards tower. No, it's like a half wall, right? Like a retaining wall around the town, not to keep guards out, but maybe keep like coyotes or some shit. Right? And they're not completely around. Like, they still have, like, large gaps. As you start going into town, you see people. Roll me insight. Insight.
Let's see here. That is... How about a 26, but natural 20?
Wow, but fuck me. So, as you walk into town, not only do you get the feeling that something is wrong, people are definitely watching you. But people are studying you, right? Like they're trying to... Like they're looking at somebody and they're trying to figure something out about them, right? People are warm to you. They're welcoming. They'll smile and wave at you, but then they'll like look at each other and they'll kind of say something. They'll look back at you, and maybe like one guy will pull out a piece of paper and start writing something down as he's walking by. Right? They're looking at you like they don't trust you, and they're making note of you. And not only are they making note of you, they're physically taking notes. Like normally you wouldn't get that, but like you get the feeling that there's people like popping up out of a window like, hey, sir, how you doing? He's 5'7". He's walking north. Not only that, another thing, insight-wise, it seems strange. You see Viserians here. You see Tortistrans here. You see Astarians here. You see Khazadunians here. You see Azunians here. You see Viserians here. You see Grigaldanian in this town. Like they're speaking their languages to each other, but then they're trying to communicate back and forth. You see people from all over the world of equal measure stuck in this place. As you begin to walk towards the center of town, you see a single pole in the center of town and a bunch of logs piled around it. Very similar to a witch being burned, right? But it's not on fire. It's definitely set out, and there's some ropes there. Next to it is a plaque that says, "Your vote." And there seems to be a ballot box. As you begin to walk into town, you hear someone call out. A lot of people have welcomed you, but no one's called you out, right? Someone actually calls out to you. He says, give me a second.
What the fuck? Hang on a sec.
Oh, sorry. Who is the mayor? Okay. I gotta bold that and I gotta color that so that next time if you guys ever make your way out here, I can remember that fucking name.
Sorry, cat was face down in a bag of food.
Okay. You hear a man call out to you. Well, looky what the cat drug in. Ha ha! Look at this fancy little bastard. A very brilliant accent from behind you. As you're standing in front of this wood pyre with a pole and a voting booth right beside it. It's from behind you. You don't see this person yet.
Okay, so I'll slowly turn around.
As you turn around, for a second, you swear to fucking God, you think you see Rutherford. Right? For just a second, you turn around, you're like, is that fucking Rutherford? But he looks a little bit older, right? He's got a little bit more gray in his beard, right? He's a little bit more chubby, right? He has brown hair, goatee, slick back hair, and a very boyish charm to him, but slightly grand. He's like, ha ha ha! Well, welcome to Indian Hills. Our latest guest. May you stay long. How can I be of assistance? I'm the mayor of Indian Hills.
Well, I'm getting a weird vibe from the citizens of Indian Hills.
Can you tell me about this weird vibe? Do any of them stick out as awkward to you?
They all seem to be taking notes.
You certainly are a new one. I do have to do this at least once a week, once a month sometimes. Really depends on how often the shipments come in.
Shipments of
Supplies. So you're a new player.
Player.
I apologize. My name is Woodrow Smythe.
I am Lord Edwin Smoot.
Lord Edwin Smoot. Well, it's a pleasure to meet you, sir. You, I'm guessing, are from somewhere else in the world.
That is a very apt way to put it.
Well, all right. I'm going to tell you the rules of this game one time, and I only get to tell it to you one time because I was told I could tell it to him one time. After that, I'm afraid, sir, you're going to have to play a part. Until 10 o'clock. At 10 o'clock tonight, you don't have to play your part. But don't worry, you're not on the voting docket yet until the next week. You're from somewhere else. You suddenly found yourself fucking somewhere else. You're not even really sure, sir, how you got here. You find yourself wandering towards this beautiful orchard in this land because your only other option was a barren wasteland. Those people never come back. And once you get here, for some weird reason, there's a bunch of strange folk who are not supposed to get along getting along. We have some Gazetarians here. Trust me, shit gets strange. Everybody is from a different place. Some of them noble, some of them not. Some of them not are even who they say they are. And that, sir, is the game. Sir, Indian Hills, and we don't know why, someone greater power. I was sleeping in bed one night, right? Checking on my herds, right? I was in Missia, checking on some livestock, and then all of a sudden I found myself shot up like a bad shot of whiskey out of a whore's mouth. Wait till he comes back. shot out of a horse's mouth into the butt crack of some kind of flying ship in the sky. Some big giant white beam of light. And next thing I know, I wake up here and I'm told the rules. The rules are really simple, sir. There's someone in this town who is not human. We don't know who the imposter is, but you have to figure it out. Every day, everyone in the town meets up in the town center. So once a week, everyone in the town meets up in the town center. And we vote on who we think the imposter is. And if we get it right, one of us gets to leave. If we don't, well, best luck next week. Problem is, the only way you can find out is by burning them alive. There's only been 2 winners in the last year. There's been a lot of sore losers this season. But sir, don't worry. The rules are very simple. The first week you're here, you're free game. No one's going to vote on you. You may or may not be an imposter, but you get a week to figure out the rules and play the game. Now, this is the only time we're able to talk about this outside of course, the voting session. Before that, you have to play your part. You have to pretend you're a normal person here. Everybody receives the rules. Everybody is given tasks every day, and everybody has to fulfill those tasks. Sometimes people end up dead, and those are the clues to find the imposter. And everyone's got to figure them out. And we all get to meet every day, but then we vote at the end of the week. I don't know why they do it, but they're getting better every year. Had a couple strangulations this week. God damned if they don't keep sending more people here. Sometimes some of those people aren't really people. Sometimes those people were people, but maybe they aren't later on. Anyway, welcome to Indian Hills. Since we don't have a task for you yet, you get to stay at the end of the night, you get to sleep, drink, don't talk about the game. If you talk about the game, people don't tend to come back. They don't tend to wake up. They tend to go to sleep. I got a room full of sleeping people who eventually just rot away because they can't eat or drink. Anyway, sir, welcome to Indian Hills.
So, why are we trying to find the imposter among us?
Oh, if you do find the imposter who is among us, one person randomly is allowed to leave and go back home.
So not the person that finds the imposter, but somebody at random.
Somebody randomly within the group. But all of us want to go home. That's why we work together.
And what's preventing me from just walking out of town?
We've had a lot of people walk out of town. They don't come back alive.
But they come back?
As supplies. We're given supplies here, sir, to survive. Merchants are given supplies to sell because that is their role for the day. I am the mayor. That is my role. I am playing my role. I have been here for over a year and a half. And I'd like to go home. I got a brother, and I've got a wife, and I've got children. I'm sure you have the same.
So you're the mayor of a cannibalistic town.
Not cannibalistic. We never really eat the people. The supplies are brought in. We do have orchards, sir. We're not cannibals. We just burn somebody alive every once in a while to survive, and then 2 other people come in to replace him. You're replacing Steve. I like Steve. Steve was acting weird. We really thought he might have been one of them.
So why don't you just try not burning people?
If we don't choose somebody, somebody just disappears. Once again, at random. But don't worry, we find the corpse. Either way, it's going to happen. We just get a vote on it. It's democratic. Apparently the Tortistran way. As a Brilliant, I'm completely against it.
I'm just finding it hard to wrap my mind around this monstrous game.
If you spend enough time here, you'll get it, sir. There have been people who've lived here for years. Just don't act too strange and play the game, and you'll survive. I've told this to many people. Some of them have gone out into the woods and tried to leave this place after they've entered. And I find them the next day. Every time. It's your choice, sir. I'm not going to force you to play. But this is the one time I get to tell you the rules. You'll receive a packet in the morning. You don't have to participate in the vote. But one day you will have to vote. Or be voted upon.
So if I don't vote, I get voted on?
No. You just don't get a vote. People who don't vote don't get a chance to leave.
Huh.
You got to participate in the process to benefit from it.
Huh. And if I don't play this role,
it's also a strategy. But you can't give it up. You can be one of the homeless. But you got to play that role.
what if I don't play any role?
That's your choice, sir. It was good to know you. Think about it. Have some drink. Have some food. He's going to hand you some gold. It looks strange, but it's gold. It's got an odd minting to it. Well, welcome to the game. May the odds ever be in your favor.
Uh-huh. Thanks.
Well, I'm off. I have to go make a proclamation about... He pulls out a piece of paper. Sheep? Oh, fucking sheep. We don't even have sheep. Gotta pretend there's sheep in the field. Walks away.
Huh. Okay.
So, to fast forward a little bit, to try to get you caught up, if that's okay. Is that okay?
Sure.
After much questioning, you eventually have a drink, hoping this is just some weird fucking hallucination that you had in the desert, and you're actually dying in the desert and not in this weird game. Out the window, you see them vote. Everyone goes up to the polls. They vote. They all point at the person. They all scream, "Not one of us! Not one of us!" And eventually they grab the person, they put them on the pole, and the person burns alive, screaming. Everyone looks disheveled. They look sad. All of them apologize to each other, mostly, and occasionally to the corpse. And then they go bury them. And some people go get drunk in the tavern, most of them feeling terrible about not choosing the right one. You do see a paper every day, and the paper, you do see a paper that morning, you kind of read it, and it talks about a murder and other people who are looking suspicious that day. And one of them was the gnome.
The one that burned?
The one that burned. As if it is their way of communicating to each other through the paper who they think might be that person.
Huh.
Because they can't not play the part, but they can write it down. You go to the bed that night, and you dream of a planet surrounded by 7 purple, ominous suns basking in light, and you wake up with a horrible scorch mark on your chest, chained to a wall. As you awaken, screaming, the wall on the right of you, in this large area, you now find yourself in a dungeon, which oddly enough just feels relaxing at this point. Like, oh, thank God I'm not in this game. I'm just in a dungeon and I've been branded. And
this is familiar territory.
That actually makes sense.
The wall disappears. There appears to be a door. Someone opens up a door, and you see Zorksan slither through. We are now...
Oh, for fuck's sake.
We are now back to the game, and you are now equally as confused.
There wasn't a door there before.
And there was a game there, but now there isn't, but there is.
All right. Guys, feel free to enter roleplay. So we'll start with a couple minutes with you guys, and I'll flip back to Decadic. We'll do this back and forth. Go.
Well, that's a pleasant surprise. At least we found one thing we wanted here. You look comfortable, Smooth.
Oh, you mean me?
Do you happen to have his clothes, Captain?
Yeah, with the loot we got, because in that loot room we got earlier, I would have just put his stuff in the haversack we got first. Handy.
Why, are you intimidated?
I don't know if intimidate is the word there, Mr. Smoot.
You have to roll a d20 first.
Why not?
Yeah, roll to intimidate.
Some subtle hip thrusting.
While you chain to the fucking wall.
Yeah.
Just flexing the muscles down there. You know.
What is my intimidate?
Too long.
Oh, you're gonna like this.
It's been a few days. Smoot is horny.
All right. Ooh.
It's only an 11.
And intimidated.
I rolled a 3.
All right. You're at like quartermast, right?
It's a little cold in here.
It's a little cold. You're flopping it back and forth. It's just not very. You're not getting as much gyrocoptering as you were hoping.
Need more lift. You guys warming up in here?
On command. You can. I've seen it. You're all seeing it. I'm doing it right now.
That's awesome.
Well, I don't know if it'll work. Don't know how sturdy his chains are, but I'm going to attempt to knock him out of it, break the chains with my sword.
They're not magical. You could break them. You just could never break them if you were in them, right?
Okay.
So
we'll cut him down and dump
You
out
already
the
have.
haversack of his things.
Clothes.
Put something on. We don't have much time. Is the walls near us changing up here too? Is it that much?
Question 2.
not yet. I will get to that. It has not yet towards where you are.
Is there anything else in the room? Any piles of stuff?
Oh, Lily.
Or humanoids or anything? Any signs of life?
No signs of life. There appears to be one door heading northbound, right? At least what you think is northbound. And that's about it. You had that hallway, door heading northbound. The door that was previous there just disappeared suddenly, and you had this telepathic communication with Decadic that it had changed rooms back to where it was. Like, you guys looked away from it, and towards the other direction. It changed to that area where you were looking. You all went back. Then Rutherford turned around, and then it flipped back because no one was looking at it anymore. No one was facing it.
So I'd like to go up to the door and just see if I can hear anything.
Okay. Roll me a perception check. What the fuck has Donald Trump done now, and why is it breaking news?
Oh no.
Oh God.
Let's find out.
18.
18. I'll let you hear some of this. Okay, I'm not seeing anything on the top stories, so whatever. I'll listen to it later. Oh my God, I need to not ever look at my phone again. Because that unstable Cheeto is bound to cause nuclear corruption and nuclear war, and I'd rather just play Dungeons and Dragons than just be obliterated by a nuclear blast or some bullshit. Right? Fucking Cheeto. Alright. This game, not sponsored by Donald Trump. Okay. Okay, yeah. Okay, keep that in mind. Timer did run out. I'm going to flip back around. Decadic. As Rutherford turned around, the room shifted and the way split. Like you saw a room, you saw where your friends were going, and all of a sudden, whoop, it's back to this guy. You see once again that masked figure inside of a mystically glowing rune. There is a singular chair there, and he is standing in front of it, kind of looking out.
He's visible now, or is he still in the ethereal plane?
He is still in the ethereal plane. At this point, you're taking Rutherford's word for it, because you yourself cannot see in the ethereal.
Not at the moment, right?
Yeah. So, what do you want to do?
I attempted to talk to him at the end of last game. Futile as it is, I'll just pick up there again.
Okay.
To what purpose are you trying to corral us here? Clearly you have some purpose. If you're just bamfing in and out along here, why don't you just get this over with, whatever it is you want to do?
What language are you speaking?
I'd be speaking, let's say Varisian.
Varisian. Okay. Roll a persuasion check. Or is it diplomacy? What is it in this game?
No diplomacy listed, so I like persuasion. This is gonna be great. 17.
17.
Chantrocatris da morkas, Jandis dorkurka, Shatukongabusa.
Do you speak? What languages do you speak?
Not Eldritch anymore, sadly. I speak Varisian, Nandorian, Khazad-dûm, Thayan, Terran, and Sylvan.
Okay.
Yeah, looks like that's it.
It's none of those. Strom, what do you speak? You're hearing something on the other side of the wall. It's muffled, so I'll probably make you have to roll a perception. Well, you already rolled, so.
I speak Median, Netadranian, Nandian, Rokuganian.
None of those. A language which is Decadic, roll an intelligence check. Strom, you can also do so, but at disadvantage because it is muffled.
Okay.
11.
I want you to solve the puzzle. So we'll see what happens.
Too bad this is a disadvantage because I rolled a natural 20, but I got an 8 for my disadvantage.
It feels like an actual language. It's not Eldritch tongue, but you do not know what it is.
Okay.
What else do you do?
I will cast Comprehend Languages. Go ahead and burn a slot just to get that up.
Okay, you cast the spell Comprehend Languages. Do you have that one prepared? Not a ritual?
Yes.
All right.
Yeah.
Cool. You cast Comprehend Languages, since it's an action now, not 10 minutes. And boom. What else do you do?
I'm sorry. What was that once more? I wasn't paying attention. You're losing my interest. If you could get to the point.
Roll persuasion at disadvantage. Sorry.
Better, actually. With disadvantage, 17.
Fuck yeah. All right. Yeah, balls deep, man. It says,
Free me. Unchain me.
let me look up which one this is. Someone to roll me a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. A D5.
3.
Devastation, fear, and arrogance.
Destroy my enemies. Sow the seeds of doubt, for I am perfect. Unchain me.
It is not Eldritch Tongue. As it says it, the mask, the cloak, all that seems to flutter and shift and violently move, as if something underneath is trying to force its way through, but the visage of Hastur reinforces itself and brings it back, as if it's trying to contain something. As it tries to walk... Oh, shit, never mind, you can't fucking see that. But your companion will. He's not here, but he will fucking say it because you guys got a telepathic link. He's like, this guy's acting weird right here. Anyway.
Flawless.
So Rutherford is communicating the visual, which I am trying to project to you. As it says that the walls are starting to turn a little translucent. Not much, just a little bit. But you, since you've seen this before, start getting a little worried. But it's very slow. And he says,
Quickly, it comes to bind me. Free me, little warriors. I am thunder. I am the first and the last sound you will hear.
Decadic and Strom, roll me religion checks at disadvantage.
Ooh.
Both of us?
Yes. Actually, fuck. Strom doesn't know this language. I'm sorry, I can't have you roll a religion check. Decadic gets it at disadvantage.
Well,
and we just apparently voted out. So the votes were tallied, and I guess the captain was cast out. Right? He's the imposter.
Makes sense when you think about it.
Right. Anyway, keep going.
With disadvantage, I only got a 22.
So you spent time a few days ago speaking with Lodge about the the Gulasi and the pillars of creation, right? One of these pillars, and that these pillars were corrupted. They were turned against themselves. They were something positive, but then they were turned into inflections of themselves for some random reason during the Blight of Burn, right? Which you know that the Temple of Elemental of Evil is in. Yansi Bin, the embodiment of thunder, initiative, and boldness and pride, was known as the first sound, the divine song of creation, who is now corrupted to be devastation, fear, and arrogance.
That's what I was afraid
What that thing was saying is almost very similar to what its corrupted form would say. It's almost a saying in Burn. To beware the first sound, for it shall be the last sound you hear. And with the descriptions of the thunderous explosions inside this visage that seems to be bound within this circle of power. That you are currently facing.
I am tempted to do something real smart or real stupid.
Do it.
This you said there's like a force. Was it a force field or just like a light that seems to be like encircling the room that he's standing in?
There appears to be a glowing sigil that is pulsating in the small room that encompasses the entirety of the room that this being is inside. The rune you can see. The chair you can see. The being you cannot see, but is described to you by Rutherford. While you think of that, let us flip back to the other guys, because we ran out of time, and I have to be fair. What do you gentlemen do? Strom, you heard this thunderous, weird noise. You heard Decadic crying out to it, but that's about it. It does feel like it's on the other side of the wall. It's just there. Maybe like that far away.
Okay. I'll relay that to the captain and say, I believe I can hear Decadic speaking with someone through on the other side of the door, Captain.
As he calls from the other side of the hall. Because remember, your vision is limited by 30 feet by yellow mists.
Ah, that's right.
Yeah. But the walls are starting to slightly turn opaque. Just slightly. Just the slightest amount.
You mean translucent?
Is nuisance. Yes. Translucent.
No, they're getting harder to see through now.
Harder.
Getting opaque.
So they're more translucent. Just a little bit. Just the tiniest bit.
Oh,
Almost like the mists are doing something. What do you do?
I don't know if I have enough time to make another door, much less through the wall that the guys already appeared in. As far as I can tell, our best option is to try to bust out of Smoot's cell and see what's on the other side.
So I'm at the door of the cell, right? Like I hear Decadic on the other side of that door, not the door that.
The door disappeared and it turned into a wall.
Okay.
Right.
And am I at that door?
You are at that wall.
Okay.
You went
Okay.
to where
Just
the
wanted to
noise
make sure I was on the same page.
There was
Okay,
a door
cool.
there, but then all of a sudden the door disappeared as if the room had been replaced. Right.
Okay. Okay.
But there was a hole that led out from this into what appeared to be a dead end. Right. Like maybe this was a closet. Somebody created a door where there wasn't a door before, and that was Zork's sand. Inside that room, there is a door that leads out. The door is barred because it is a prisoner's room door. Like it's not only like a sturdy wooden door, but there's a bar in front of it. There's multiple locks, right? And it's a sturdy, like, prisoner's cell. There isn't supposed to be a door on the other side. There's supposed to be a cell with bars, and then they have a shutter wooden door in front of that, just to keep out the sound. Very Count of Monte Cristo. There's maybe people that are chained against the wall, but it's like old skeletons and shit and like half bodies.
Okay.
I am going to use an action to use my Rod of the Pack Keeper just so I can restore 1 spell slot.
Oh,
so
shit.
I've got 2 spells left.
I forgot that fucking thing does that. All right, balls deep. I like it. Dude, go for it. That's just an action?
All right. Yeah, it's just an action.
Yeah, all right, cool.
All right. Only have enough teleports to really do it once, especially not 3 times to get people in and out. So,
if you're thinking Thunderous, the thing.
No, I got Dimension Door.
Oh,
at
okay.
this point. Okay. Yeah. I should be able to guess roughly 5 to 10 feet in front of the doorway.
You can. It has to be an area that you can visualize and get an idea of. If you want, do a perception check to get an idea of where you are looking from the other side of that room.
We're talking about the out of Smoot cell door, right?
Oh, you're trying to get out of Smoot cell either
because that one will leave me. I could potentially open a door and people could still at least continue on that way. I don't have a good way to open a door where there's a wall. I don't know if I have 4 minutes to draw another door.
You would have to draw another door. It could be a series of minutes. You think it would take that. On the other side of Smoot's door, you've never been on the other side of that door. So it would be... You have to be able to visualize it, right? I'd do a intelligence check then. Which one do you want to try to do? Drawing a door, which you think will work, but it'll take time, or teleportation, which could potentially not work, but your call. But I'm down for both, not dissuading. Just putting out the risk. One risk is time. The other risk is imminency, right?
The problem with the other one is I don't know how we're going to meet up with Decadic again.
Right.
And Rutherford, they're kind of on the other side.
Right. Rutherford has shot you twice.
Yeah, I mean, I feel bad about leaving Decadic.
Third time's charm.
I've got 2 teleport spells, so I need you to take care of Rutherford. I'll get on the other side, grab you, and we'll go back.
You do have psychic communication for the next 30 minutes, by the way, still. So.
Okay.
So,
Decadic, do you have any way to get through what he's blocked off to us? Assuming it's merely a wall between us and not anything else.
Nothing quite of that nature prepared currently. Captain, this fellow in the mirror mask, I think he might be one of the Titans of Gullacy, like the fire one we encountered before.
What?
I was able to converse with him, and he wants to be set free, much like how Majira, the Fire Titan, demanded to be set free. This visage of the yellow robe and mask appears to be an image projected or forced upon them. And I don't know if you've noticed the walls at the moment, but I don't like the familiar looks of that.
You think that's an image forced on him? He's not the mirror masked monster we fled from before?
Maybe not the same one. Perhaps they are trying to convert him to be a similar agent. Perhaps the one we saw before was another Titan they'd already successfully turned. Either way, I'm thinking it'd be better if it was set free instead of this place being shifted to another plane. I need to make a decision now. What are your orders, Captain?
Do you think you have a way to free him?
I may be able to dispel whatever glyph seems to be pitting him. Failing that, see if he can't strike his form dead, maybe.
Can you tell if he intends to do you harm?
I'm not so much worried about harm he'd be doing to me, so much as Hastur scooping us out of this plane of reality. If it prevents all of us from being shifted to another plane, he can strike me dead with lightning if that is really what he's motivated to do.
That'll be fine.
What could go wrong?
We've done worse.
You just might unleash something else upon the.
To be
upon
fair,
this
it's
plane.
very
Again.
on brand for us.
Okay. Yeah.
Are we suddenly going to have moral hangups about this now?
I mean,
It is kind
Right.
of late.
In for a penny, in for a pound. Come on, guys.
In for a penny, in for an apocalypse.
In fact, let's go back to that volcano. Why didn't we set that fire titan free? We really should have taken care of that already.
Wasn't that
We were in
burning
a
guy on
hurry.
our ship very like, don't do that? If I recall.
Yes.
All right. I don't know if setting a Titan free is any better of an answer, though. Shit. All right, Decadic. Go ahead and try it. What's the worst that could happen? In the meantime, I'm going to attempt to open up a passage to you.
Very good, Captain. Rutherford, stand back.
And
I will
Yeah.
cast Dispel Magic on the glyphs the yellow-robed fellow is standing upon. See if that does anything.
Okay. What level?
What's the worst that could happen?
Cast it at 4th level.
4th
I'm
level.
going to give some paint to Scarlet and set her on painting the door.
Oh man, we're gonna have to crawl through it because she's short.
Okay.
She can at least do the bottom half.
Go ahead and roll a. Give me a second. Let me figure out the level of spell. Because I believe it's fucking Dispel Magic. Give me a second. Let me take a look. It 10 plus the spell's level. So I need you to roll this check. Your DC is 20.
Okay.
It's 1d20 plus your intelligence modifier.
Plus 5. Totally, easily make it. No, I don't.
Smashes into it, and it bubbles a little bit, and then just shatters your spell. We're in that spell slot.
Yep. Well, Captain, that didn't work. And I don't think I could cast it at a high enough level to guarantee that I could break it.
Well, that's likely for the best, but hey, it was worth a shot. Sit tight, we're working on a way through, unless you have another solution at the moment.
All I can think of is it seems like something is coming through to try to seize him. I don't know what exactly his form he is occupying currently is, but if it's earthly and if it can be destroyed, perhaps if we destroy it before it can be taken over, I don't know. If you're not over here in a minute, I'm going to start casting lightning bolts at it just to see what happens.
It's going to take me a couple.
I would suggest talking to it before you just start attacking it.
Look, Decadic has 0 chill, okay? I don't know if you've noticed by now or not. Doesn't take much to get him flustered.
Like,
what about this situation is
He
frustrating?
pulls out his electric gun.
Very good, yes, possibly Rutherford. Keep that at the standby.
Cast lightning bolts at the lightning god.
Somehow it's going to go through the fucking wall into me.
Yep.
All right, what are you guys doing on the other side?
And you guys should still. I kind of ordered it last time right before I got through, but at least one of you should be looking for some hidden doors on our side. See if we can find anything else in this narrow hallway in the Forest Moots area.
I'm gonna look or keep looking around for something, or try to pull on the door to try to get it loose, or try to find some other way out.
Do you want the only other door you can see is the one inside Smoot's cage. Roll me an investigation check. Let me look at the map again.
Natural 1.
Natural 1. It's a wall. You see a wall. This
is a door.
Solid.
Look at this here.
Well, open.
You spend a lot of time when you feel it's like a handhold that you thought was like maybe a secret trigger. Instead, it's literally just a mouse hole. It's not that deep either. It's just like eventually your finger gets bit and you're like, fuck, fucking rats, not a mouse.
Rat still clinging to it.
That'll be what kills them with the rabies.
Yeah. Death by rabies in D&D.
Fantasy rabies.
Okay.
Is he still sitting tight, Decadic?
Rutherford, how's he looking? Any change?
Do you want me to lie to you?
Yes, but no, not this time.
He's looking angrier, I guess. I don't know what he's saying. Actually, I do. There's a translation unit here. I forgot I could read.
Subtitles.
And it's basically stuff you've been saying before. I forgot he has a translator. I literally just remembered that. It's fine.
It's the G-rated version, so everything's bleeped out.
Right. Mostly
it doesn't
expletives.
understand. Oh, wait, they're all swear words.
The
It's a shitty fan sub, got it.
The walls become slightly more transparent. What do you do?
I'll call out again to it. I don't know that I could free you. If we were to destroy your form, would that save you from whatever is coming?
I am perfect. This shell is imperfect. Free me, and I will spare you with death.
You want to free this guy?
I don't think he understands the concept.
Good.
Hopefully something was lost in translation.
Rutherford's like, boop, boop, boop. Nope, it's perfectly translated. It ain't good. Ladies and gentlemen, I don't think this is our friend.
Oh, God. Captain, I'm at a loss. I don't think if we could possibly destroy his body, but he would probably turn violent against whoever is close by.
Let me know what you want to do.
Well, as the Arcanist, I have a question for you, Decadic. Do you think his teleport rune circles there are going to activate on anyone who's foolish enough to enter the circle? Because some of us are going to have to go through this one way or another.
Roll me a Arcana check. Are you looking at the runes?
Yeah, looking at it, see if I can't recognize exactly what the spell is.
Sure.
Natural 1 for 10.
10. It's some kind of binding
Rune.
magic, right? It's similar to stuff you've seen before, but it's much beyond it, right? The magic circle is very complex. almost as if it required a very high sphere of magic. Higher than the spheres you're currently familiar with. But you do, obviously, from its description, right? You still are proficient, right? It succeed but, right? Is you understand it's some kind of binding magic that is holding this being here. You think it can't leave the circle, but you don't know what would happen to others that would step into such a binding circle. You just know
Push
it's very
Rutherford into it
high
and find
level.
out.
You could throw Rutherford into it to test it. I guess that's an option.
Scarlet would be easier to toss.
True.
Yeah, but we're on the other side of the wall. There's no time for that.
Just
I'm
throw
down
her
here,
harder.
Smoot. I'm down here. Didn't you
Just-
notice me?
Throw her really hard.
I don't think, Captain, is something that we could take command of. It would be bad if one of us were to step into it. Less bad, probably, than either option of being plane shifted or struck dead by a lightning titan, but still bad. It's on a
Choices
bell
is
curve.
either some of us are going to have to step through it, or we're going to have to continue out the other way, and you'll need to turn around, and we're going to have to hope that we meet each other.
Very well.
I'll leave that to you two to decide what you want to do.
If you turn around, does he disappear?
I think you should just run.
Rutherford, let's both turn around, face the other door, quick.
You turn around facing him. He's like, all right, whatever. He turns around. As you do, it appears on the other side of you, and that door reappears in front of Zorksan and Strom.
I was painting there.
God damn it.
Like you were painting there, all of a sudden
Masterpiece!
it's like... Anyway, subtract some of that paint away. Not much, but a little bit. Right?
All right. Keep looking, Rutherford. Captain, can you hear me? Is the door open?
I should roll.
I'm calling out vocally now, not telepathically.
Okay, Rutherford doesn't turn around to ask you what you mean, so he stays looking forward.
I'll at least think back, or I'll yell back to, the wall's gone, Decadic. Is the path open? And I'm going to step forward into it then and see if I can't, visualize somebody.
So you open the door?
Yes.
You open the door, and...
Great,
Yeah,
combat
it's still
time.
there.
We're in a whole
Okay.
different spot.
You open the door, and you see Rutherford and Decadic looking forward into this being.
I probably can't see far enough to see the being, huh?
Let me see, 5, 10, 15...
I guess,
No, you
yeah.
can see Rutherford and Decadic. Sorry, you can't see the being. It's just at the edge. Good catch.
Okay.
You know that the wall's on the other side if you went like 10 more feet. Everyone else sees Zorksan and Rutherford. You don't see Decadic yet because you gotta go 10 more feet. But Zorksan sees Decadic because he's in the front. What
Are
do
they
you
coming
guys
here?
do?
Or are we going there?
By the way, the room
That's
has
the
gotten
question.
more transparent. What do you do?
If we can manipulate him to get out of our way by looking different ways, if that's what I heard you thinking about, then in general, do we go back the way we came, which we, as far as we know, leads to nothing, or continue onwards and hope for the best? We have no idea of an exit out of here.
True.
We
So
know
our
one way
paths-
in theory has less combat to do in the way.
But
Who
could
knows
be
where it
leading
leads.
further into this area. Could be farther away from the exit.
Who has proficiency in Arcana?
Kadic.
Yep.
Is it just
I got it up the wazoo.
Just Decadic? Okay. Then Decadic, you can make a roll.
Please. Woo! Almost a nat 20. Total of 28.
You think you can't You were able to teleport out of here. You think it's probably impossible to teleport in. To be able to teleport in, someone would need magical, legendary powers of teleportation
Or maybe a
that
handy
can
dandy
bypass a wall of teleportation. There's
circle. A
only
wall of teleportation.
there's only one person you personally know who has that. And you're not certain whether you'd want to call upon it.
Bum, bum, bum. Who do you not like?
Your father has the legendary boots of the multiverse passed down to him as a gift from the Queen of Thessaria. He's feared because he can be anywhere he chooses. It was created by the Codex Multiverse, which was lost long ago in an assault upon a Vessarian temple. It is the only known item to exist of this level. Your father is known to wield it because he's the Red Razor. He's known for his sword and the fact he can be anywhere he wants, whenever he wants, which is like a boots of teleportation, but unlimited charges. And he can go through anything because he can be anywhere. But would you want to call him? He would ask for something, right? He'd show up. But
He
he'd ask
would,
for
and I
something.
have a pretty damn good idea what specifically he'd ask for, too.
Anyway, I figured I'd throw that one out there. Also, Zorksan didn't make a roll. Never mind. I can't say that one. Zorksan, make a religion roll. This one technically counts.
Okay. My religion, my strong suit. I got a 21.
21. You could make a concordance roll. If you roll on the highest end of the chart, you could summon the Vizier of the Moonlit King.
He's teleported us before.
Who has teleported you before, and is a high-level Fey wizard, and Fey magic doesn't follow the same rules as normal magic. Because it's not gifted from the gods, it's gifted from the Fey. Anyway, you guys think about that. By the way, the room is much more translucent. I'm going to go get a drink, and then I'll flip this back over. It's looking really translucent now. This part, you're starting to see stars through the stonework. And maybe in the faint distance, black suns that give off purple light. After these messages, we'll be right back. I gotta get that on a pre-record or some bullshit. One of these days when I figure out how the fuck this OBS thing works. Anyway, I'll be right back, guys.
Oh, gosh. Yeah, but God damn it, what a time I have to walk away right now. I mean, if he's willing to make that roll, we could try that, and if it doesn't work, then I guess I can call my daddy. That's gonna be fun.
Yeah.
While they're at it, I'm gonna step out real quick. Be right back. you're willing to give that a shot first, Tom, your concordance roll, if that doesn't work, I can see if Daddy will let me borrow the car tonight.
Does your daddy have a way? Does Daddy include a way to get us out of here?
If I ask real nicely, maybe.
All right. I mean, yeah, I'll definitely try, but boy, I don't have high faith in rolling the end percentage rolls there. So
Gotta get good rolls sometime. This could be one of them. Press the heart of the cards.
Yeah, I tell myself that every time.
Isn't it
Well,
funny
that's the
how
problem. You
the
say it every
session
time.
Neil joins us again is when we start failing rolls again? Coincidental, isn't it?
I am a dice suck.
Well, it looks like Trey might be joining us.
You got in the
He
roll
joined
room, at least.
the dice room anyway.
There we go. Yeah, otherwise I have no idea how else we would get the fuck out of here.
I mean, as far as I can tell, it's gonna turn into flee for our fucking lives. And I'm not super keen to do it, but the best thing I have right now is I could dimension door, 5 feet or something through the other door, and then hopefully it's, not too hard to open from the other side. But then we just have to continue from there, and who knows what else is in the dungeon or how far his shifting has spread.
Oh man, what if we get wiped from existence and our crew loses all memory of us? And that's how we start playing.
Wait a
That's our
second.
backup character.
I've always been the captain, haven't I?
I thought I was the captain. I don't know.
I have 2 plots where that does exist as a possibility. It would be weird. It would be really weird.
Well, Tony, Tom's going to attempt with this concordance first, and if that fails, then I'll ring up my dad.
We shall beseech.
What is your current
Moonlight
level
King.
of concordance?
Oh, not great. So I was trying to find here.
Because I've given you things that up your concordance, right? You get your level plus
Well, when I
whatever.
use it uses some, right?
Every time you use it, you're supposed to subtract from that total I give you.
Right. But just like 5, right? Or something like that?
No, I mean sometimes it's like 30. It depends on what you pull.
No, okay. On the last one, I don't think you ever gave me a subtraction. When I prayed in the...
Who did you get on the last time you pulled it?
I got a vision last time.
Oh, you got a vision? Oh, right,
Like-
the vision. The vision gave you a negative
Our-
10. Took
Oh.
10 concordance away.
Ooh,
It's
that's going
basically
to
a
look real
payment.
good then. I got a good chance on this. All right.
So it's your level plus whatever your concordance you've built up. And you add that to your percentage chance roll.
Ooh, not great. I only got a 48. But I am begging to get out of here again. Apparently that's mostly what I pray to him for.
48.
Get me out. Yeah.
Ignored. Things could have been worse. Lose 15 concordance.
I can't go negative, can I?
No. You
Okay, good.
always end up netting. You can
I
never
only
roll
had
less
5 to
than you net.
work with here.
Yeah. You basically, if you lose all your extra concordance, you're basically just at your level as a roll. But you can only do it if you fail. You have to wait 7 days before you can beseech again.
All right.
Because if you have no concordance, you have to wait. If you have concordance to gamble, you can gamble.
You limit
All right.
the data on your phone plan.
Right. It's kind of like that, right?
Here comes Trey.
Decadic, it appears my cries are not reaching the Moon King at this moment.
Yeah, you
God, I
felt
hope
like you
that's
were
why.
just straight up ignored. Like it went to voicemail, then they deleted the voicemail.
It wasn't a. It went to voicemail eventually. It was a like ring. Boo! Oh, you're at the voicemail. Oh, God damn it!
As you're talking, giving the voicemail, it's like voicemail deleted. Like what?
The voicemail box you have reached is unavailable.
Please leave your message after this voicemail box is full.
Or he accidentally it picks up. Hello, hi, Winter. Sorry, you've reached the voicemail of the Winter King. Please leave a message after the beep click.
Scarlett's first day as an intern. All right. Well, then, I will beseech someone who may be able to help us, and I will cast Sending to my father.
Oh shit! You got that prepared. Fuck! I forgot about that. All right. Yeah, that works.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, I guess how else would you have contacted him? Yeah, that makes sense. All right.
Yeah, through
Through
our
their
intrinsic
blood, there's a
familial
family bond.
love we have for each other. Oh, wait, that doesn't exist.
All right.
All right. Father, it's an emergency. My crew is about to be plane shifted. If you can do anything, I beseech you, please help us.
Roll a persuasion check.
God, I need to put some points in persuasion, apparently.
His reply is nothing but images of middle fingers.
Right down the middle, 10.
10. Okay. Not a failure. It's more of a how well do you succeed. You. What would your father say? I'm just gonna wing it. You're hitting him in the middle of the day. He's on the can or some bullshit. It's like, what? Why I'm taking a shit? This piece of shit. He's you hear back. You've gotten yourself in battle, boy. I'll come pick you up. I'll come. We need to talk, boy. I'm ready. Point out who is the enemy and who you need me to kill. So what else do you do?
I will cast Sending again. And I believe we are in Burn, the Temple of Elemental Evil. The Thunder Titan of Dulcie is being turned to Haster. Banish him. That's it.
You're like a question mark back, like, what? All right.
You heard me.
The fuck are you talking about?
You as the room starts to become transparent, I have to make a roll for this. Technically.
My father finds himself in a desert valley in between some mountains. There's a sign that reads for Relis.
Yep. Okay. All right. Over the next minute, the room, as it starts to become transparent, starts to become more real and then transparent, like it's fighting something. What else do you do? This is just during a minute. These are like couple minute intervals. So, You hear the voice call out to you,
Free me. I will make your deaths glorious.
Oh.
You have to explain to Trey what that means later.
Yeah, Trey, the reward for freeing him is death. So
Being spared. Yeah.
Yeah. Turns out this yellow robe dude in the mirror mask might not be the same one we encountered, and is the Thunder Titan of Golacy. Being forcibly converted at the moment.
So eventually, the room starts shaking, right? The walls start shaking. The transparency starts fluctuating. It's still becoming transparent, but it's like reality is fighting itself. Eventually, you feel a cracking in the wall.
Mm-hmm.
It seems to fracture with a whitish light, and eventually stepping through is a tall elf, right? Tall. How tall was your dad again?
I'm about 6'2". He's probably got a good few inches on me, so yeah, maybe 6.5 feet.
6'2", maybe 6'4" foot elf. Bulky for an elf, right? Like just obscenely bulky. The thing that seems to stick out, because some of you have seen him before, Strom, is the fact that he only has one arm, right? One arm, which is quite meaty. It seems to be holding a sword, which seems to be pulsating with a reddish light. It has a twisted snake-like blade that's sharpened, and he just kind of steps through. As it does, the boots he's wearing seem to pulsate upon the ground, and just give off a magical energy as if he's standing above it. And eventually, he steps onto the ground with a kind of like a loud clatter. And he says,
Where are we, boy?
I believe we are in Bern, in the Temple of Elemental Evil, where the cult of Hastur has taken up residence. And there you see their latest convert, or who they're attempting to convert.
A chair?
Oh shit. Forgot he's not in the fucking...
Like he's staring at this chair and he's just looking at you like...
God. Rutherford, tell my father what you see. The figure in yellow.
All right, so there's like this mirror-faced dude in yellow. Apparently he's some sort of titan that's wants us to release him, and in return, he will kill us, or he will just kill us.
Is that a fucking brilliant? Why don't I gut that pig right now?
Because if we don't resolve this, we will all be ripped from this plane of existence and cease to exist, or worse.
He starts looking around at this point, because he rolled low on the first one. I gotta look up his character sheet. Give me a minute.
he's going to show up and he's going to kill us all. We won't have to worry about being taken to another plane of existence or killed by a fucking Titan. He just murders us.
No one's going to kill this son of mine except me.
How dare you try to kill this son of a bitch? He's mine!
I brought him into this world, I'll take him out.
He has perception. That's it's a low roll, but that's
Also, I love the idea of him wearing a boot over his peg leg that he has also.
right. I guess it's one boot, right? Yeah, whatever. I don't know. He
the other boot is in the closet somewhere.
He only needs the one.
He's missing one leg and one arm, right? He's missing the shin of his leg. Which, by the way, that the leg is more of a sharpened blade at the end, like he'd use it to stab bitches with. But the arm is gone, right? It's just gone. There's a flap over. There's like a cape flap over it, right? Maybe like some kind of protective armor, right, to just shield that side. Anyway, he looks around and he's like, Some kind of plane shift. Temporal, spatial magics. Alright, are these all your friends?
Yes, this is the crew I've been traveling with, Father. I'll make introductions when we're in a safer location.
Get close to me. All of you. 10 feet, get close, or get left behind. I don't care.
I get close.
I will get within 10 feet.
He grabs the nap of your
Sure.
shirt and he pulls you face close to him.
Oh,
And you're just staring eyeball to eyeball with him. He looks you. He's just staring right into your eyes.
Give Daddy a kiss.
No. All right, and
Because I assume someone was translating whatever he was saying, since I'm guessing most of us don't speak whatever he ran at with.
yeah, because I don't think
That's a good
he
point.
has a tourniquet of ever speech. Let me make sure.
What was he speaking?
Viserion.
Okay, so do I have Viserion?
yeah.
I sure don't.
I do. I know what he was saying.
Here we go.
Good.
Nope.
So we're face to face, and I just kind of, well, howdy.
He's got comprehend languages, but he's a dick enough not to care about your friends. So, all right. So, are you guys getting within 10 feet?
Captain, everybody, Scarlet, you gotta grab Scarlet by the arm, just like a kid at a zoo, like, come on, it's time to go.
Okay.
Grab her by the ankle, dangler.
Should be fine. Gets advantage. Yeah, I mean, he's got to roll like a 1 not to make that check.
He's got to roll a 1. We're all going to be stuck
Oh,
here.
he's got a skill that just seems to oddly enough match up with the boots to pierce. Eventually, you guys are all teleported away. The
Oh, good.
world disappears,
Where the fuck are we going to be now?
and as
Not
it
again.
reappears, you find yourselves in a beautiful spring garden. Lots of butterflies and flowers. A temporal teleportation circle upon it. Decadic, describe your summer home. And he says, the rest is up to you, boys. Find your own way home. He looks at you and he's like, we'll talk. And he's gone.
Thank you. Fuck.
Well, he was charming.
He was just as friendly the last time we saw him. Last 2 times, really. He doesn't seem to care for you.
Notice that, did you, Captain? Yes. It's a very subtle aggression we share.
Your elf expressions are hard to read, but I think I got that one.
You called me a pig.
I take it this would be somewhere in Varisia that we're in at the moment.
This is your family home. You are
Your summer
in,
home.
technically, let me move everybody.
Do you happen to vacation in Rokugan?
I mean,
Or have a
Varis-
teleportation circle to Rokugan.
You, by the way, you do have a teleportation circle here, which you could potentially study.
yes. I mean, Varisia isn't too far to the north of Rokugan, actually.
It's not bad. It's technically better. Technically
Yeah.
better.
Would
Then
be,
inside the Temple of Elemental Evil.
yes.
So since we're here, I'm gonna make note of this. Oh, shit. Never mind. Give me a second. I have to turn off the borders. Now I can do it. So, this is the what is the family estate called? What town does it reside in?
You look at the map.
Happy
you got
Valley.
there. Do you want me to pick a town you've already marked down, or you want me to come up with one?
I need you to name it so I can put it on the map. We're building a town.
Loving Embrace.
I'll generate it. Just what is the name of the town and what's the name of the estate?
Butterfly Vale.
Empty Arms.
You know what? The town is called Monarch Valley.
Ah, I like it.
Valley.
It sounds regal.
All right.
Yes. Hence the butterflies, don't you know?
All right. Village. Oh, what the fuck? Come on. This one, Monarch.
MON.
MONARCH.
Yeah, H. Why did I say K?
Monarch Valley. Select
Yeah.
marker. This is.
That's the fantasy spelling. We can use the real ones.
Oh, what the fuck? I got the. I'm trying to make a. Monarch Valley. Select marker. Village black, and then select map. Go. Let's see. Open events. Select marker. Cities and towns. And the ancestral ruled over by the ancestral by the what's your last name?
Thornbrook.
Thornbrook. And we did a lot of this the last session. Me raw building stuff in the world. Family headed by the Red Razor General of the. This is east. This is west. The Western Forces of. Create marker. Here we go. It exists. Let's generate the town. Anyway, describe the family estate in great detail if you can. I'll have to rewatch this episode to leave notes.
All right. The estate is known as the Viridian Vale. It's a wide expanse in this town. This is a area. Most of Varissia has lots of forested areas, like you'd expect in a mostly elven nation. But this is one of the few spots where it's a fairly large, open plains, kind of. So there's no towers or buttresses because there's no need to have like a high lookout. It's all mostly single-story buildings with one especially prominent three-story mansion in the center. That's the proper residence. And yes, there's a garden that we're currently sitting in, say with a large marble fountain, water spraying everywhere, and just see, very kind of Southern Belle, kind of, plantation style, almost big, wide holdings with fields of plants and flowers growing and shrubberies and whatnot.
Okay. There we go.
Yeah. Like antebellum South, but keenly no slaves, just to put that out there.
What does the estate look like? What does the main house look like? Because you're within view of the main house. I've generated the village, by the way. I'm adding it to the OneNote.
Okay. The house itself, it's 3 stories tall, has a western and eastern wing that sort of curve around, kind of a pincer shape, that kind of reaches out towards you as you're approaching the front door. Very tall, fluted marble columns, lots of filigree like vines, leaves, and whatnot. Although over the main door, most of the design work is, very like elvish, kind of plant life, very flowing, very soft designs, but the main door itself does have stone wrought in the shape of a vine of thorns right over the door as you approach.
Okay, and paste. All right. Adding notes. Note. Insert details of Thornbrook Estate here. Rewatch the episode later to capture everything you said. Okay. As you've teleported there and teleported away, you're home. What do? So far, you feel you're far away from whatever danger was there. Smoot, you're mostly dressed at this point. You've actually had enough time to put on everything.
Oh, no pants yet, though.
Oh, yeah. If you want to Donald Duck it, that's your call. I'm down for it.
I thought that's what you were doing the whole time.
No, those leather pants had a zipper that went all the way back.
Immersion broken.
Well, I'm surprised that worked, actually. Whew.
It's not quite as bad as he lets on.
Why does your dad hate me?
Well, we are to the north of Brill, and Verisia and Brill haven't the best relationship. Not always openly hostile, but there have been skirmishes between the two of us in the past, and my father has a very robust long memory that he's proud to recall past insults.
I never did nothing to him.
You know, neither did I. Join the club of people he hates, because why not?
Yeah, Trey, I mean, why would your character be, think that he had anything out against you? Viserion slaves sell the best. They live the longest.
They're very highly valued.
When you can get them forcefully, as Brill does.
So, yes, you probably, well, as long as you're here, you'll be safe. But if you're traveling through Borussia, maybe tone down the accent, Rutherford, to not give yourself away.
Is it possible I might get lynched if we walk around town?
This town, while you're with me, should be fine. But who knows if we encounter anyone on the road. I may be my father's son, but that only gets me so much influence in a few select places.
Okay. As you finish that...
Trey, does your helmet have a voice digitizer?
I don't know. DM, does my helmet have a voice digitizer?
Voice digitizer? I mean, not an external one. It does communicate with you in your...
But it won't change his voice when he talks to the helmet. Oh, okay.
No, not
worth asking.
No.
Yeah. I got Frank Walker does the Soundwave voice of vocoding his voice.
So as your characters start, I'd say you spent I've been running the clock about a good 5-10 minutes here, kind of gathering yourselves, putting things together, because this teleportation circle is at the center of a beautiful little maze garden. You hear from way outside the maze garden, but near the hill towards where that estate, slightly in the distances that you explained. Decadic! Are you there? Your father sent word. Son, are you in there? I'm on my way. You hear the voice of your mother, Elwyn Thornbrook, in the distance, who lives in the estate.
The Cadix a little dumbstruck at first before. Yes, mother. We're in the center of the teleportation circle. Yes.
Okay. If you wait a few moments, do you wait a few moments?
Smoot, please, your pants. Pull your pants up, please. Just make yourself presentable. It's my mother we're talking about here. Come on.
Fine.
Okay.
Elves have mothers? I thought they just kind of came out of trees.
See, the Cadix is mortified, thinking of, oh God, she's going to meet these people.
When a mommy tree and a daddy tree really love each other,
So
they make an elf.
So inside this giant kind of because I see it as like a verdant kind of like bush maze, right? And it's at the center of it, with like these monarch butterflies around, right? Lots of beautiful flowers, kind of planted and they kind of grow inside the vines. So as a woman turns the corner towards one of 4 different entrances into this maze, because all paths eventually lead here. Some just take longer than others. What does she look like?
My mother is a very beautiful elf woman with long brown hair tied into kind of a loose braid, wearing cleric robes, very highly styled stitch, very simple but with intricate designs in the stitching and whatnot. Despite being of an age of my father, who definitely looks like he's seen many, many years, but actually she doesn't look quite as aged as him.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
The years have been kinder to her than his hard lifestyle.
Okay. She got gold hair, light skin, darker hair.
Brown hair, dark brown hair, and lightish skin.
Okay. What eye color? Just curious.
Violet.
Violet eye color. All right. Traditional elven bust.
Yeah, I mean, it's like mother we're talking about.
Yeah, it's your mother, but more of like a leaf, like she could look like maybe she's in her mid-20s, but she's like 100 years old, like that kind of thing.
Yeah. Maybe more like mid-30s.
Mid-30s.
Say 100 is kind of young to have a kid.
Right. So like couple, maybe like 150, something like that. We'll settle on an age later. Okay, that's fine.
Yeah.
What goddess did she worship of the elven pantheon again?
The one I sent you, I think, was you pronounce it that Edync, the Adync. I don't remember who's the god of. It's like the god of like medicine, I think.
Let's see. Seren, Sali, Doverist, Sali, Doverine, Soon, there's Evo, Beauty, let me see, Healing. Edync, yeah, god of holidays and medicine. It is I believe, a male god. Yes, it is a male god. Great. It was more like, kind of like, Palor. Okay. Edync's blessings be upon the great Lord. Celebrate this day. Decadic, my boy. I've received so many different words. You've been gone for quite a while. How is the schooling and your friends? You've brought company. What wonders have you've come early? I did not expect to see you till your father said we'd be seeing you next year. We've been so many plans. We've been making so many plans. Come, my boy. Do you need food? Do you need shelter? It's been so long. Your sister, you missed her a month ago. She stopped home. She asks about you often, and your father, in his own way, asks about you and for you. Please, you look cold and so skinny.
Thank you for your concern, Mother, and I apologize for not contacting you sooner. It has been quite a trip, and I think we all could use a place to stay and recuperate for a short while. if we can use the guest rooms in the estate.
Of course, it's been lonely at the estate. Your father's been off on the Western Front. There's a war, you hear. That's brewing again. I mean, we've called your father out of retirement again. And your sister is on the eastern front along. She sends me letters often along area. Please come. I'm talking so much. I haven't met any of your friends. I'll summon some of the servants, and we'll have a feast. We'll have a feast, right? Two Thornbrooks in the estate. It's been quite a while. We'll talk soon, my son. We'll talk soon. You know your way out of the maze, right? You're not going to get lost. I can escort you out if you need it. If you need my help, boy.
That's quite all right, Mother. Thank you. We'll just catch our breath a moment, and we'll be right up to meet you.
Of course. Are those cuts upon your faces? Are you look like you've seen a ragged lot, right? And I assume your friends are looking ragged. I can't tell.
Yes, we've been a bit of a scrape, but we're fine and healthy now, Mother, and I'll regale you with tales all of what I've been up to.
If you need helping or any medical kind, the blessings of the gods be upon you. Let me know. I can help you in what ways you need. And she'll go away and she'll come back. Wait. Oh, I forgot this. And she'll just give you something just random. And she'll like, I'm gone now. And then she'll come back like 5 minutes. I forgot this. And she'll just pick up something. She'll just leave. You believe for the third time. You wait a little bit and then she doesn't come back. And then she calls out to you, I'll be in the... And she calls out a room in the estate to let you know exactly where she's going to be. And then you hear voices like she's calling on people in the distance. And then maybe since a hill crest, you might see her going up some steps towards the estate. Because I assume it's eye line, and then because everything below eye line, you might see like the hill leading up to this and then the estate.
Yeah. This would be not like a huge like maze, like the Shining. Just like an opulent shrubbery.
It's basically just a hedge maze, right? Like somebody grew it. They took some time. It's not a football field, but it's definitely a dense. It's more dense than it is big, right? There's a lot of twists and turns. It's made to be like a fun little game.
Yeah. Just somewhere to while away the hours while still having a view of the surrounding area.
And you know that there's like little like play areas here, right, that are just hidden. Like the trick is to find them, and your mother likes to change them every once in a while, and there's a way to shift and change them as the seasons go. So, free to roll.
Somewhere in there is Jack Nicholson with a axe.
Right. Somewhere he's just got an axe, just waiting. Right? Because that's what your father would do. Keep you on your toes.
Yes. Little Bacadic, lesbian. Not by the hair on your shitty chin.
So, you know yourself to be on the southern edges of... the southern edge of Visaria. I have added it there. I've moved your guys' thing. So if you refresh the Gulasi map, you'll see Monarch Valley. And I've removed the indicator of where you are on the world. Since you, Decadic, know definitively where your family home is. Feel free to describe your family home if you guys go into it. And feel free to add any servants you might have, size, rooms. This is your area to describe. I will not describe it for you. I'll just re-review the notes, and I'll build it in the notes. So,
give me a lot of leeway. I'm taking a task for that.
Well, just keep in mind, I can blow it up.
I'm sure we'll get around to it long before you do.
That's true. That's true. As is tradition, I'm going to grab some coffee. I am. Describe the estate. Describe what the family meal is. Your mother is nice, pleasant. She's a lawful good priestess of a god of healing and holidays. So, and she's your mom. She's going to be very, So
Yeah.
Feel free to describe it. Feel free to hit the long rest button if you would like. There is a village a mile outside of the estate. Right? The estate actually has estate grounds that no one's allowed to be inside. Your father's very prudent about that he has his own hunting and training grounds and that people aren't allowed near it. But outside of there is a village. What is the, since I'm on the OneNote again, right, and I can change it within the OneNote, what is the name? Fuck me, where's the, there we go, there's OneNote. What is the, what's the name? So the Monarch Vale and the Thornbrook Estate, what was the equals name of what's the name of the estate again?
The village is called Monarch Valley, and the estate is called the Viridian Vale.
Is the Viridian Vale? That'll save me some watching later. Okay. To describe the Monarch Valley that you would know, there is a tavern, the Mug and Den. There is a blacksmith shop called the Community Buckle. There's an alchemist shop called the Aramonic Tinctures. There's a jewelry shop called the Blue Trinkets. There's an enchanter's shop called the Temple of the Path, which is, by the way, owned by your mother. And the owner is kind of like her business partner, right? And there's a general store called the Slayer's Bazaar, right? Since it is on the southern border, this town has a small military presence. Your father has a couple levels of keep that's established within his home domain, just to let you know. Which just means basically he has a military presence. Maybe the outside walls are a little bit thicker, right? Maybe stuff like that. Doesn't mean that the inside is nice, but the outside has a military presence. So he has some military units that he has here. Because it is on the southern border near Brillia, and though he is the commander of the western front of Assyria, he also keeps against Berylian incursions to the south and slavers. So, feel free. Gave you your parameters. Feel free to go with whatever you want. I'm going to go grab some coffee. You guys are in pure roleplay mode. Let me know. You guys can feel free to take a long rest, but discuss. You guys can see where you are on the map. Think about how the fuck you're going to get there, and how I may potentially fuck you over. Well, how I will.
So first things first is we stop accepting teleports from anyone that we don't know and isn't one of us.
But strangers from Candy, man. Just do it.
Nobody wearing yellow anyway.
Yeah, at this point, they wear yellow. I don't care if they're the goddamn saint of the Church of Healing. We can't trust them.
Oh, boy. Whew. Well, welcome to my home. You see, my mother's a very caring, nurturing sort, and we'll see that we're looked after so we can take our time to recuperate from all of that we just got out of.
Can we see your room?
Why do you want to see my room, Smoot?
Why not? It would be cool.
If you really want, I suppose I could.
But he has lots of posters up.
Of all the cool elf bands.
No, not the cool ones. Not the cool ones.
Yes, and the town below in Monarch Valley has a variety of shops we can restock supplies in, and I'm sure probably items to produce over also. Whew. So, Smoot, where the devil were you? We didn't see you at all when we were teleported into that valley. Did you go somewhere else? What happened? How did you end up where we found you?
Well, I wound up teleported alone, so I walked east because it looked the easiest. Then I came to a town, and it was a game, and they would burn a person every night to try and free a random person to leave the town, and then I woke up chained to a wall.
I don't know what I expected when I asked that question. It's they burn people in a game?
Some sort of weird find the alien game. The only way to find the alien is by burning the person they think is the alien.
I see. So you were trying to find among yourselves, among us, if you will, who was the imposter.
Yeah, I didn't play. I stayed one night, wound up chained to a wall somewhere else.
Is that better or worse than your previous situation?
Well, there was no jealous boyfriend this time, so slightly better. A little more Bernie, but yeah. I've had worse.
Yes, you have a second brand on you now, I hear.
Oh, this? As he lifts up his armor.
Woo!
Paladin's gone wild.
The gods don't look kindly on this.
I'm gonna tease. I'm gonna tease.
Okay.
Perhaps, Takeda, you'd be a useful sort to procure some sort of transportation south of here. At least if we're in Visaria, we're not much worse off than we were from Azun. It's on the way to Rokugan from where we left it.
Yeah, that is a good question. Somebody roll me a percentile check real quick to see how far your ship has gotten. Because it's been...
Have they just given up?
67.
It's been 3 days.
67, Tony.
67. All right.
Good question. So what day are we currently on? Are we on the... Because we've traveled quite a distance back and forth. Are we still on the 23rd, or would it be the following day?
Yeah, it's the same day. You arrived in Azun that day. You waited to the afternoon, I believe.
Yeah, early afternoon, yeah.
Early afternoon. You left Azun that day, much further than you expected. You got into the Temple of Elemental Evil, which you learned is a fucking maze, and it's crazy in there. And then you teleported out. And it's literally been the same day. We've had like 3 games where it's the same day. Or no, it's been 2 games where it's the same day, because technically you guys had a rest on the balloon ride. That's why it's been 3 days.
Yeah.
So let's move that ship 3 days. So we'll just start off here. In there we go. There's New Hope. 1, 2, 3. Okay. 3 days. I know where it is.
All right. Yeah, I can cast sending back to Jace just to check on them to make sure
they're a day. Like you.
Oh, by the way, don't go to that side of the planet. Go to this side of the planet.
No, we still started Rokugan, so I mean, we're still generally going to the same place. We're just a bit north now.
Yeah, I mean, you're like in the you're in the center of a landmass at this point. So
yeah, it'll take them a while to get over here anyway.
Yeah. So, do you send a message to him?
Yes.
Burn the spell. What do you say?
Reporting in, Jace. We are currently in Varisia. Our destination will be Joso in Rokugan. Working on transport there. What is your progress so far?
Jace will say, good to hear. Sorry. Good to hear. Yes, progress is well. The sales are generally filling. We are making some progress. I would expect myself to be maybe 4 leagues from Visaria. Estimated time of arrival is...
Rokugan?
Oh, sorry. Yeah, because he was taking off from Forellis. Sorry, Forellis.
Okay.
Yes. About
Okay,
3
okay.
leagues from Forellis, which is generally about like 6 hexes. Right? Let me see. Is that 6? Let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. About 9 hexes from Forellis. Because they were in New Hope and Lake travels a little bit not as fast. I would suspect maybe 12, 15 days from Joso. 30 if storms are unfairly, but 15 if the speed keeps up well and your percentage rolls are good.
I'll send another message to him then, yeah, and just say, very good. You'll arrive long before you at Joser then. We'll keep in touch. If need be, you can stop in Freeport for supplies.
Very good, sir. We do still have 3 charges left. We just have not used them. We'll save them for an emergency then.
All right, well, Captain, sounds like they are well underway. They've made not great progress, but they've sailed away from Paralis and are making a beeline to Joso to meet us there. We'll probably have to arrange our own transportation to get there in time for Strom's tournament.
I imagine you might have a good idea for that. You are from here, perhaps. You might have a way to procure travel for us. I'd hate to walk the whole way, but to be honest, I'm more for walking than being teleported at this point.
Yes, we can. Then certain I can procure us some means of expediting us there a little more quickly.
Okay.
So yeah.
So
I think I'm a lot of-
did you describe your home, the inside? What do you got?
Gosh, so much to come up with.
It's an estate, so you can be vague, right? Just, what does it look like? What is an elven estate that you grew up in? What does your family home look like?
Say very kind of think like a large British estate, like at a Baskerville Hall kind of thing, because Varissia has been embroiled in war for so long, so it's, they don't, not as much artistic expression so much as, there's a little bit's mostly form over function of having secure buildings to fall back to in case of the worst happening.
Mm-hmm.
Lay off the moors.
Yes, and don't read my grandmother's diary. You won't like what you find in there. Or you might. That might be worse. Yeah, just think, very traditional, like high vaulted ceilings, long hallways, lots of artwork, mostly in, probably my father's side of the family. So trophies, suits of armor, swords, murals of famous battles, ancestors and whatnot.
Right. Lots of pictures, I assume, of the family, right? Historical family and current. Like pictures of you as a child with many siblings. Specifically pictures of you and your brother and your sister. And maybe pictures of like your father, not a one smiling, right? Pictures of him with 2 arms at one point, right? He had full limbs at one point in his life. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Lots of pictures of like him and your mother and her grandmother. Just lots of pictures of people from like long ago, old maps, right? Pictures of weird species of animal and game, maybe a game room, right? And there seems to be some new construction on the eastern wing, right? Seems to be kind of locked off. They seem to be building something extra on the eastern wing, some kind of smaller kind of area off to the side, maybe like an extra, like they're expanding the eastern wing a little bit. Your mother seems to be seeing over this. There seem to be a lot of workers here, and a few military personnel, right? Mostly just guards, right? Because there is a unit of guards here. You guess about 50 men, right? Just here and around around the area and around the walls. And there's like a shifting unit. It's not like 50 guys at one time. Maybe like 10, and they have shifts, right?
Mhm.
So, okay. If you were to dine for the night, what does that look like? How would your mother treat guests?
Well, you would have a very expensive dining hall. You have a table laid out. I'd say probably that's segmented, like it wouldn't just be like one long table that's just constant where people are like shouting across the room. Like they can take away sections if there's a smaller party, like what we got going here. Set up in front of a roaring fireplace. And yeah, she'd probably go all out, even more so probably, just preparing all kinds of food for all varieties of diets. So there's fruits and vegetables, there's cooked meats and stews and all just fucking, God, I feel so fucking bougie describing all of this. Oh God. But yeah, just an excellent big old spread of just about anything you could want.
Okay. Okay, we got that one, and generate shop. Really? That's all that's here? That doesn't seem right. Give me a second. 12. 10, 5, 3, a chance for 1, and generate show. The fuck? Fuck you. Sorry, I'm trying to generate a damn thing, and it keeps like, I don't know how I do that. There we go. 15, 10, 5, 3, and check all, and there we go. That's better. Gee, mini Christmas. Anyway, yeah, keep describing. So yeah, your mother generally, she, what the, trying to grab a thing. There we go. Control A. There we go. I was trying to generate what's actually in the town, but it wouldn't generate, and I'm like, fuck you.
It's all been cleared out for the war effort. Nothing to buy. Sorry, guys.
Well, it's not entirely wrong right there.
No horses or carts or vehicles to rent out either. We're going to have to walk.
So, there we go. Okay. All right. So, you guys rest for the night. There's a good meal. The mother is a good host. She shows way too many baby paintings and illusions of paintings and like 3D replicas of Decadic as a baby, Decadic playing, Decadic with his brother, Decadic with his sister. Just
Baby Decadic naked in the bathtub.
So much of that. So much.
This is all the dirt I ever needed on
right?
Decadic. This is everything.
She's embarrassing. She's very proud of her smart son and his college education, and he's going to be a wizard, and he's going to come home. He's going to live at home with her. Man. He's going to erect a wizard's tower, and then he's going to live with her, and he's going to show the village magic, and he's going to become a great magister, and he's going to stay home.
Tony, you've missed a golden opportunity to bust out your Jewish mother voice for Decadix phone.
That's not
Why
his,
you never did.
That's sadly not his mother, but I might save it for somebody else's.
Because that would just be the
No. This is
icing on the cake.
This is very much an elven mother, right? But she's just very proud of her kids. You know, talks about her god a lot. Her god is the because she is a cleric, Endrick, god of holidays and medicine. She talks about this guy with beautiful enemy skin, long shoulder length hair, pale straight golden hair, and eyes the color of jade. He's surprisingly short and surprisingly plump for an elf, and rarely laughs. He usually wears formal attire, dyed dark bronze and yellow, pale yellow. He is associated with intoxicants, life, and cooking. He often is worshipped by clerics. His followers can be primarily distinguished by their rites they perform. Right, definitely perform those over dinner. They are a respectable number of carvings, depictions of various islands. Yeah, basically that. Happy-go-lucky.
What shade of yellow does he wear?
Off yellow.
Good.
He's safe this time.
Almost beige, but mostly yellow.
I see a yellow sash. I kill the man wearing it.
Or God in this case.
So
Sure, why not?
there is a stables in town. Your mother does have horses, right? If you would wish to take them, she would offer them up. She would give you a full contingent of horses and enough rations to last you. She give you 20 days rations each, and horses if you'd want them. She would offer up. Roll a persuasion check. See how willing your mom is.
Don't phrase it like that.
Oh, come on.
I mean,
I can't jump on that grenade or else she'll die. Somebody else is going to have to do it.
She'll die. That's the Red Razor's wife. He'll kill you.
Point to Strom. It's all you, bro.
I mean,
Decadix father is the CEO of
Rutherford's
your
dead
party,
either
and maybe
way,
like
really.
5 or 6 levels more.
And then he's got a pirate lord that would come after him too.
Right.
Not great for persuasion, just a 4.
4. She would also offer and let you know that in her magic shop she has a scroll of Windwalk if you want to use it, but it's going to cost you 2,560 copper. Can't give it away for free.
Right.
But she would let you know.
But it's your baby boy.
Right. You got the horses.
Yeah.
The baby boy she wants to keep home. Right?
Good point. Yeah. Can't make it too easy to get out.
Right. Well,
He says the Windwalk would help you get over the borders of Rokugan.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking up here in terms of. All right, that would be pretty handy, and I could afford that.
Mm-hmm. 300 feet for 8 hours. You could fly really fast, pretty far. It's basically 6 days worth of travel in one day. Because you're going 100, you can't be tired out for 8 hours a day. You'd essentially get 6 days worth of foot travel in one day. Of course, you wouldn't be able to take the horses with you at that point. So, trade-off. But you could take the horses up to Rokugan and then do that. That's what she'd offer it. But obvious for money.
Well, Captain, I don't know what all you would like to do. There's many options to peruse here in town. If you don't mind us staying another day or two just to, recuperate. It's been a while since I've last been back home. It's rather nice to be here.
Be a waste to not stay at least a day as long as we're here. Besides, we might hear some more stories about a young and kind Decadic who's so full of energy and life, and not quite the Decadic we know now, but it is charming.
Yes, certainly. Very well. Yeah, I'm at a loss. I don't know what all you guys want to do. I've done a bit of role play already so far.
Okay. So you guys are in town. Is there anything else you guys wanted in town? Wanted to do? Or just kind of want to get the traveling going?
Yeah, let's get going.
Okay.
The only thing I'd have to do here otherwise is just check in general the magic shops, see what kind of stuff they have.
Yeah.
Aside from that, it's chill out, relax, enjoy Decadic being embarrassed by his doting mother. It's great.
Okay. Anyway, if you go into town, and the town is sizable, right? The town's population is 1,447, right? Not a huge town, but it's definitely a town. Traditional elven town, right? Lots of tree houses every once in a while, or kind of like houses that look like they've been shaped out of the earth itself, or out of some kind of living tree, or have been manipulated by wood in some impossible angles, right? The magic store is the Temple of Path, right within town, a mile outside of the estate. It's in the Temple District, obviously. The street outside is lined with low stone wall. Description: the Enchanter is a log cabin made of a single log that has been warped around. An orange shingled roof made of naturally growing shingles that seem to have some kind of moss on them. And a shiny hardwood floors. It contains low ceilings and painting that seems... There's a painting on the wall of your mother and the Red Razor, and some children on it, below it, and all the eyes of the painting seem to follow you no matter where you go. Sometimes if multiple people move, the eyes will split and watch, as if each different family member is watching you. It's little Decadic too, like when he's like 5. With a much older brother beside him. And a younger sister in the mother's arms, right? Because I think she's younger than you, right?
No, actually, I'm the youngest. She's
so
between me and
between them. So it goes older brother by younger brother, and then younger sister on his other side. He's kind of in the middle. Okay. What do they got outside of some normal items and a spell book? The spell book is a normal spell book. It has 1d4 spells in it, right? Between 1 and 2nd level. There's potions of climbing, healing, a scroll of acid splash, a scroll of catapult, scroll of cure wounds, scroll of detect evil and good, scroll of expeditious retreat, scroll of frostbite, scroll of healing word, scroll of illusionary script, scroll of mending, scroll of prestidigitation, scroll of primal savagery, scroll of purify food and drink, scroll of shape water, scroll of thunderous smite. They have a +1 dart, +1 light hammer, a club of warning, an ever-smoking bottle, a lance of warning, a potion of greater healing, a robe of useful items, scroll of gaseous form, scroll of suggestion, scroll of thunderstep, scroll of water breathing, +1 leather, hide armor of resistance, thunder, necklace of fireballs with 6 beads, scroll of dimension door, a vicious war pick, +2 half plate, an instrument of the bards, the Astareth harp, a potion of superior healing, 2 potions of superior healing, and a scroll of windwalk.
I think I will go for the Windwalk scroll.
Okay. It's 2,560 copper.
How much is that half plate?
The half plate, the +2 half plate, is 6,750 copper.
right, let me just check it.
Oh, by the way, the specials of this shop is Dress of Dryness, Kengoth's Ointment, and Sovereign Glue.
Also, if I could get, I would need, if I were to cast that teleportation circle spell from the spell book we picked up, I need to pick up some chalk and whatnot for that, right?
Yes, you would. You can buy chalk here. Since you are her son, you get it at cost. So if you want 100 copper worth to be able to cast it once, you spend 100 copper. So translate gold to copper for component costs. Just replace GP with CP.
Right. So yeah,
So
I'll get
You can buy. They have 1d12 worth of component. They have 9. They have 900 copper pieces worth of chalk.
All right. I'll get 300 for 3 charges.
Noted on the notes section of your character sheet. So.
Yep.
Is there anything else or components people need? Okay. No snuff powder. Anybody? They don't sell any here, but I mean, you could start up the trade, I guess. Drug dealers, your drug dealer friends come into town.
Yeah, my dad would love that if I suddenly broke bad.
Oh.
Yeah, I remember got a bunch of copper to give Neil too from all the stuff we picked up that he's been around for.
Oh right, yeah, you bitches got rich. You got a bunch of money from the you guys raided one of the treasure rooms in the Temple of Elemental Evil.
Yep. Plus we also picked up a small reward from when we turned in the papers we found in that town back in.
You picked up somebody else's quest that they finished but weren't unable to turn in. Yes.
I should have asked Jace if he was going to bring that payout that we got for beating the fire giants with him. He better have, because we still don't have that.
Oh, did you guys not get that payout? Oh shit.
No, because we had to go. Because General, what was her name? High Rock was going to send that to New Hope.
Oh, right.
So we're going to pick that up when we went there after the wedding. Right. But then shit happens.
He did go to New Hope. He did make it there, so I will rule that he has it. You guys just haven't received it yet. So it's on the ship. A chest full of copper.
Lots of copper.
Everyone else has already taken their share. You guys are just waiting to get yours. And they blew it all on cocaine and snuff powder.
Get back to ship. We never received any such shipment. What do you mean my clothes look better than usual?
I'm sure Scarlet will count every single coin on the ship to make sure it's all there.
I've always had this gem-encrusted butt plug. What are you talking about? Anyway, so what do you guys... if no one else is interested in anything else, I mean, there is obviously a trinket shop, mostly just exquisite earrings and necklace. It's actually just a jeweler's shop, no magic rings. They are working on crafting a magic ring. When you do stop by Decadic, they'll say it'll be ready in a couple months. They're spending extra time on it for you.
That's good to hear.
The blacksmith shop has ammunition +1 and ammunition +2. Arrows and bolts. Sorry, Trey. They don't do guns here. It's elves.
Ooh.
They'll do like darts and stuff, but that's actually no, darts are their own thing, so ammunition is arrows and bolts.
By the way, Neil, you get 1,270 copper from your share from what we picked up on our way to meeting up with you. Can't hear you. You're muted.
Oh. There is a potion shop. They do potion of poison, potion of healing, potion of giant strength. To let you know. That's all else that's in this town. So outside of obviously the tavern.
Cool. Thanks for the cash.
Yep.
Okay, if we're done shopping, let me know when you guys are ready to leave.
I would like to talk to my mother for a bit.
Okay. Okay.
If nobody else has anything to do, don't want to take up too much time.
I think I'm good. By all means, do your thing.
I avoid talking to anybody but the other crew members just because I don't want to get lynched.
Okay.
I want to hear
a light lynching never hurt anybody.
I want to hear Rutherford attempt a posh British accent to try to blend in.
No.
Well, that's what I want for my birthday this year, Trey. I hope you get it.
All right, fine. The only problem is it's going to sound like that guy from the Scarlet Pimpernel. They seek him here, they seek him there. They seek that rascal everywhere.
Okay. So you the next day after some shopping, I assume, with maybe your friends are off shopping, maybe you got that scroll and you're kind of coming back home, I assume. So what do you want to talk to your mother about?
Well, I have many questions, Mother, about where I've been this past year. Wow, it really has been over a year since all that began.
Yes. Your father's reported that you're doing quite well in your schooling. I hear top of your class. Your sister says that you're doing quite well, and you're studying abroad with your friends, some kind of arcane tutelage. That's fantastic news, son. I'm very proud of you.
I can't lie to you, Mother. I've been through quite a lot. I'm not currently in school. I was caught up in some bizarre events where I was thrown aboard a slave ship and managed to escape thanks to my friends here, and we commandeered the vessel for our own. And we've been on the seas ever since, taking various jobs and making our own way through the world. I would have returned back to Carthal to resume my studies, but there was a bounty placed on my head accusing me of kidnapping other students who had gone missing.
That's horrible. You never do such a thing. Not my little boy.
Yes. And I'm working to try to clear my name, or at least get the charges dropped.
You don't need to. Just stay in Visaria. Your name is good here. I mean, really, you don't need to leave home. You and Lutia could live here. I mean, the Goldsmith estate is wonderful, but I mean, realistically, with your father on the front, you could take care of the estate. You don't need to leave. I mean, I could send private tutors. I could send them out. Bring Carthal to the Monarch Vale, right? The valley is inviting, and there are mages, as I've said before, of great power within this area. You don't have to leave, and you and your wife can stay here. And
Mother.
But
Mother. I know.
Am I there for this?
No, you are not.
No, you are not.
Damn it. Okay.
No.
I would have made sure you fucks were long gone, way away before having
Just
this
go into
conversation.
town. It'll be fine.
Yes.
Now that they're gone, I can talk to my mother in peace.
I'm gonna do boring, posh, aristocratic stuff. Nothing you'd be interested in.
There's just we cut real quick to like the crew fucking around somewhere in town, and Rutherford stops just whatever he's doing and just goes, I feel like I'm missing an opportunity for embarrassment.
I heard posh aristocratic. Somebody speaking my language.
Anyway, continue.
Yes. As much as I would love to stay here after everything I've been through, the fact is there's a lot going in the world right now, and there are matters that can't be left as they are, that need to be corrected. That was one of the things I wanted to ask you about. In fact, I know that your side of the family has some ancestry connected to Samadhi to the far south, and much has been lost to history. I was curious if there's anything at all you could tell me about our lineage from there.
Samadhi. I do know. Why are you so curious about ancient family history? I mean, it's known, but it's not much. I'm not overly proud of some of it, but I do know of it. What is it you want to know? There's so much to learn. You could stay here weeks, months, and we could talk about it. You don't need to go out. I would teach you everything about the family. We could just stay here. We could talk about your grandmother, your great-grandmother, your great-great-grandfather. He was such a lad, from what I hear. I did meet him. He was a little bit older, some gray in his beard.
I'm mostly concerned with any royal lineage in our family.
I mean, it's Samadhi. So long ago, barely a twinkle in even the elven eyes of memory. Almost forgotten the blasted lands. Roll a persuasion check.
It's gotta work.
I'll
one
give
of
you
these
advantage
days.
because it's your mother.
Thank you. 15 is the best roll.
15.
My God.
15 isn't bad. Okay. Are you proficient?
Probably not. No.
No? Okay, that's fine. Okay, with that in mind. I mean, since you're leaving so quick, yes, I believe there is some royal lineage in the family. It's not quite what most would expect. I could dig into it more. The family tomes are in the northern wing. The eastern wing is under special renovation for reasons. Roll an insight.
God, tonight is not my night.
Things I'd love to tell you, but you're like, okay. Anyway. Yes. My family does possibly have some royal lineage. It's not as apparent as Mum went. We fled from Samadhi, from what I remember, long ago. My great, 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 great grandmother
Indeed.
was a consort of the Samadhi royal family. She was one of the harem, a dedicated lady in waiting under the king, the royal prince of Samadhi. And she brought little bundles of joy with her out of Samadhi from such a union. Not royal, of course, but still blooded. That is the royal lineage that I have known to be told. And they don't lie about it. Obviously, it was at different times, 10,000 years ago. It was an honor to be the consort. And they fled north to Visaria when Samadhi fell. For whatever reason befell what is now known as the desolation of Samadhi. They fled through what is now known as the Confederacy of Brill. Humans were not in the lands at that time. It was elven lands. Visaria at that point. Brill was once Visarian lands until the humans took it. And eventually they made their way north. And, well, sometimes till we're here with your father and the Thornbrook family. I am, of course, the last descendant of that line. Well, not last in my... Obviously, I have you. I have your sister. And we'll see. And who knows what the future holds? I hear rumors, right? I hear rumors that the Goldsmith family is very virulent. And the hips Liliana has, I hear, are very bearing. She's a wonderful lady. I am so happy for you. Just to hear the laughter of grandchildren would make my heart sing. Filling these halls. And who knows? Your Deloth, by that next year, I should be done with my condition, and I should make the wedding in time.
Well, we'll have to see how this next year plays out. It's quite eventful in the world now.
Very, very eventful. Your father is in a dangerous line of work, but I'm convinced that, well, wherever your father wants to be, he'll be. There's no stopping your father when he has put his mind to it.
Yes, it's one of the few qualities that I admire. I will try to stay in contact with you more often as I travel to let you know I'm doing well. If you could see if there are any more historical records of the Durage side of the family, just for study purposes. I came across something related to Samadhi some time ago that could be important, and any information I could discern would be most useful.
There are records in the family historical. They're not here. I could look into them. I do not speak Samadhi, but it may take some time to decipher them. I have so much time here alone. in these halls, I would read them for you, my son. I could, if I find something useful, I'm sure I can send it to you.
I'd appreciate that, Mother. Thank you.
Just stay out of danger. All right? I want to see you next year. All right? It doesn't matter. You're my son. You don't have to take up that line of work. You can just stay here.
That would be nice someday.
I'll see you soon. I'll send messages, and I'm certain your father will stay in touch.
I'm sure he will.
He dines here every 7th day, so you happen to make yourself here on a 7th day of... Let me look at the calendar. What is the 7th day called? The 7th day is Panem. He dines here every Panem.
Well, I've acquired means that could hopefully allow me to teleport myself here in the future. I'll be studying the circle in the garden for just such an occasion, and visit Headland's stone marker as I leave, just to bid him farewell.
Yeah, there are new flowers. There are new flowers there. The butterflies are quite. They go there. They go there often.
Thank you, Mother, for everything.
Okay. If you spend a dedicated rest, one full day, you can guarantee memorizing the circle.
Yep. I'll spend the rest of the day out in the garden studying, and then visit a memorial marker we have for my brother.
Mm-hmm.
And I still have that wand of flowers we got so long ago, and I'll use that just to add a few extra of my own.
Okay. You imagine flowers into existence, and they pop in. Whatever you imagine them to look like, they sprout. Okay. All right. Does anyone else want to do anything?
Nope, nothing from me.
Nothing from you. All right. So, are we in travel rules? You guys have horses, if you wish them.
Yeah, take up on that with the horses and rations, and figuring out once we reach the border, you can send them back or stable them somewhere.
So there are horses, there are ration here, and there is a single Pegasi. That is your mother's. Something else to consider.
Remember that scene in Ferris Bueller?
Yeah, no, yeah, it's definitely that. It's her Pegasi. She'll give it to you. It's her Pegasi, right? It's your dad's Pegasus is not here, obviously. His Nightmare steed, well, he doesn't ride a Pegasi, he rides a Nightmare, is off on the other flank, which is a flaming horse that flies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll leave the Pegasus here. I wouldn't want to risk anything happening to it. We'll just take the horses.
Okay, just taking the horses. Very well bred horses. The horses have a bridle, a saddle. So they have a military saddle, and they have a bridle and 20 days worth of rations. In saddlebags, they come with saddlebags as well.
Excellent.
Okay. Are we in travel rules? You guys ready to travel?
Mm-hmm.
I believe so.
Do it.
So what is your guys' plan to travel? Right, obviously you are in Plains Forest, but you're on horseback, so you can always roll a animal handling check in lieu of a normal roll, which has a lower DC because you have a horse. Right? That means you can go farther. That's why the DC is lower. Yeah. So, what's your guys' plan? You guys have a copy of the map. So you see where you are. You are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33. 33 hexes away from Joso.
We gotta hustle.
So, traveling on horse, you can travel multiple hexes in a day. With magic, you can magically assist them. With that scroll of Windwalk, you can travel 8 hexes with that scroll of Windwalk in a single day.
Would I be able to copy that scroll into my spell book with the rest, or would that take?
That it's specifically a druid spell. It would take you. It would take you being able to make a custom spell slot to be able to do it, which I don't think you have any more left.
Nah, I used them all up.
Yeah, if you would have saved one, you could have converted a non. So you basically wouldn't roll on the table. You take a non-wizard spell, and you would have converted it to a wizard spell.
Yeah, we should probably take the horses as far as we can first, and then use that.
Okay.
I think we have like 26 days or something, 23 days before the tournament.
So,
horseback it and see how far we can make it. And then if we need to use the scroll, cool. But if not, hopefully not.
So how you guys plan to go there? Are you guys going to go through Brill, or are you just going to go through the Jade Forest and avoid Brill? What's your guys' path moving forward? How do you wish to go? I think you guys can see the map, right?
Hey, Decadic, you're from right next to the Jade Forest. Anything we should know about it? Any common rumors or things?
Well, let me think real hard. Do I know anything about the Jade Forest?
Any horrors we can unleash?
So, Decadic and Trey can roll knowledge history.
It's a large swath of unclaimed
south of
land
Assyria, but it's also equally as close to Brill.
Man, my rolls just too flustered. Got saved by my dad and then pampered by my mom. I just can't. 12.
So,
I didn't pay attention in class.
Rutherford, you know that the Jade Forest is roughly... There's a reason why the Jade Forest is still kind of untouched too much. It's known to be full of treants, right? Living trees, right? Not too friendly to human folk.
None of us are human.
Yeah.
Well, most of us.
Decadic, the Jade Forest is basically it's known for its living trees, its awakened forests. Specifically, the unicorns are very protective of this territory, and because it is so close to the Phalanx of Mithras, it is just on the edge of the Spring Court's territory, right? So the Spring Court is known to play games here, to travel here. So it is known to be a living forest with its own interesting kind of wonders and deadly things. Since it is so close to Rokugan, specifically green dragons love hunting here. So towards the southern edges, you're going to run into possibly some kind of Rokuganium, maybe dragon threats at the highest challenge ratings. The northern edge, maybe like some awakened trees. In the middle, a lot of unicorns. And unicorns are generally good creatures, but extremely territorial. So, that might be a thing. But
I think going through Brill sounds good.
Yeah, right. It sounds a lot better.
Rutherford, do you want to visit your old home?
You guys rolled low, so you get the warnings of it, but you know it to not be a horrid place to go through. You just know at the worst that's what you're going to run into. But most
At the worst,
of the time,
we'll run into dragons.
9 times out of 10, you're going to run into nothing bad. You know, it's going to be a nice place. Unicorns generally avoid people. Awakened trees, as long as you're not chopping them down, don't attack you.
Right, so
Green
don't set the
dragons are
forest on fire?
generally assholes, but they are Rokuganian, right? So they're more than likely, if you see a green dragon, it's a noble, right? So, it's just
show them, ask them
going
nicely.
north.
Mm-hmm.
You may run
Don't hurt
into like
us.
some spring courtiers, but the spring courtiers are generally nice. Like those are the good aligned courtiers of the Fey course. That's the nice elves.
Are they nicer than Joy?
Joy is actually a spring courtier. Wait, yeah, you guys learned that he is a spring
Yeah.
courtier. He's
Yeah.
fairly high
Spring
up
Prince.
there. He's fairly high up there in the spring court.
You could always go west and cut through Khazad-dûm.
True, you could go all the way west. You could cut it. Heck, you could go west and then cut south. Go right through the desolation of Samadhi.
Mm-hmm.
You guys are closer to the desolation of Samadhi than you are Joso. Anyway,
Just would like to go there someday. Again, let's get back to our ship first before we go anywhere super dangerous.
All right, I need my base back.
the quickest route would be probably through the forest, right? It wouldn't be a hard travel. It is dense forest, right? The quickest route on horseback would be through Brill, but you'd be going through Brill, which isn't terrible, but they
take
tend
slaves,
to
and I just can't
occasionally-
support a country like that.
If you're not a natural born Brillian, it's full of racists, right? So
And,
So uncharacteristic of what we've encountered so far.
right.
and just so I remember correctly, I still don't have the memories of my brother, right?
No, you traded them back. You got those back.
No, he,
But I didn't.
he asked for gold.
I
Yeah.
asked for money.
Oh, right. You asked for money, but you got them back because of what happened.
Oh, right.
Not
'cause-
only did you get those
yeah.
back, other effects that I had on your characters reversed, some which your characters were unaware of,
Hmm.
Yeah.
went away.
When the Queen in Yellow interacted with us.
Yeah, she went in there,
Yeah.
she reached in your brain, and she did something where she went,
She didn't remove one filter. She took all the filters.
yeah.
She opened all our favorites in our folder link. Oh, God, no, not those. No, don't open those.
Stay out of my homework folder.
My tax returns. No, I swear that they were in there. I don't know how that got in there.
It's the weirdest thing.
Why are there videos in your tax returns? Oh, God. It's all. No.
Well, got two obvious paths.
Yeah.
I mean, the Jade Forest might not be too bad because we might be able to talk our way out of a dragon if we run into it, just as long as we're not near unicorns and if the spring corn isn't bad.
Yeah, with the way we roll dice. It's,
It's say who wants to see the spring court again, or who wants to get captured and grilled for some reason or other.
I
Yeah.
mean, I'm down for either. Either way, I'm rolling dice.
All right, we're gonna cut through the forest.
Okay.
I don't want to take
Alright.
Rutherford through Brill. I mean, he'll feel extra motivated to shoot me there.
Okay. So, how this will work, we'll do travel rolls, right? We'll go, you guys are on forest, so definitely look at the skills, pick the ones you want to do. Everyone can default to, for pure travel, do animal handling if they like, because they do have an animal. Other things will open up other opportunities in case certain good or bad things get rolled. You have that scroll, so at any time you can choose to move 9 hexes, right? So that's the trade-off. Okay. It's 10:30. We got time. Okay. You guys are on Forest Plains. You guys have access to the sheet. I will start with Smoot, and I'm going to work my way around. And I will ask what you are doing on travel as you travel through. You'll be leaving Viseria on the first day and traveling through the Jade Forest, which is neutral territory. But it's sandwiched between Viseria, Brillia, Rokugan, and Mithras. Okay. Smoot, what are you doing?
I'm going to stick with animal handling.
All right. Go ahead and roll that bad boy. Zork, what do you roll?
Do I have advantage because it's a magical horse that I...
Oh, if it's actually your horse, you do have advantage with it because it specifically
thank
says
God.
you act as one unit. If you don't use one of theirs, you use your bonded steed,
That's
you
better.
get advantage. So Zork, what are you doing?
Today I'll use perception to keep an eye out for things as we're riding along.
Perception. Go ahead and roll that bad boy. Trey, what are you doing?
I was going to do perception, but I mean, if the captain wants to steal my thunder,
You do
fine.
You can do
I mean,
investigation.
I'm not
if you
super
want.
into it, but I have done so.
I'll use survival.
Survival. Go ahead and roll that. The DC's down there. Strom, what are you doing?
I'm going to do animal handling.
Animal handling
Phew.
it is, sir. Okay, Decadic, what are you doing?
I'll also default to animal handling.
Okay, that's the advantage of having a mount. You can animal handling to gain momentum and speed. Smoot, what did you get?
12.
12. Are you proficient in animal handling?
Nope.
So
But it's my animal.
it is your animal. Okay, that considers proficiency.
Okay.
All right. Okay, Zorksan, what'd you get?
I missed the DC by 1. I got a 12.
You missed the DC by 1 on a 12. All right. All right. Trey, what'd you get?
I got 22.
22 on survival?
Yep.
Oh, wow. Just short of that many, but that's a lot. Strom, what did you get?
I got a 12
12. What was the skill again?
on animal handling.
Animal handling. Okay, that's still successes because the DC starts at 8. Decadic.
Yeah.
I got 21 for animal handling.
Okay, that is 11 successes so far amongst the lot of you. All right, everyone. You are on the northern edge. Roll me a d12.
Everyone, or just we need one?
Everyone, roll a d12. I'll
Okay.
roll a d12, and we'll see if anything. It could be good. It could be bad. It's probably bad.
Enter the forest. Oh, good. We're surrounded by Ents already. That was quick.
Hey, look, he missed.
Oh, nothing bad. All right. Okay. So, you guys got 11 successes. That is, so on horseback is 2. You exceeded it. You can move 3 hexes the first day. So, in one day, even though it's forest, you move 3 hexes. So, I'm going to go and move this 3 hexes. 1, 2. You want to go directly south?
Yes.
1, 2, 3. Okay, 3 hexes. All right. Let's. Do you guys want to do? Let's do one day at a time in the Jade Force, and then once we get beyond there, you guys can figure it out. I will start with Zorksan this time, and go ahead and let me know what you're rolling, and then roll it, and then I'll gather up your totals. You know the DC, so
This time I'm going to focus on my horsey.
horsey, animal handling, Trey.
I will use perception.
Okay, you get advantage on that because you're helm. Strom.
I'm going to do survival this time.
Survival it is. Decadic.
Could I do, I don't know if this would be the right skill, but could I use nature just to
Yep.
try to keep track of where geographically we are and what we might encounter?
Nice.
Yeah, you can do nature. Nature also tells you plants,
no, there's
animals,
some
looking at
advantage.
stuff. It's germane. The DC on nature is there. Smoot.
Animal handling, Ian.
Animal handling. You get advantage, sir, and you're considered trained. Zorksan, how many successes?
I have a 15. I guess I didn't quite compare what my
15.
up to.
And what skill?
So
again?
I think that's animal handling. So 1, 2, 3, 4 successes.
Let me look. 1, 2. What'd you get? Roll again. 15.
15. Yeah.
Are
8,
you proficient?
10, 13, 15. I don't know if I'm looking through your thing on the right.
Are you proficient in animal handling?
Oh no, I am not.
So,
Sorry,
okay.
I'm not proficient.
Okay, so
Missed that part.
still a success. 3 successes. It's good. Trey,
Cool.
What'd you get?
I got a 25.
25. That's 3 successes. Strum.
I got a 23
Man, fuck
on
me.
survival.
That's it. You're proficient or no?
Yes, proficient.
It's 5 successes. We're already up to 11. Jesus. Decadic.
I just got 10 for nature. Not
10.
proficient.
That's a. Are you proficient?
No.
It's only 1 success. Up to 12. Smoot.
I rolled a 12.
All right.
Very consistent.
All right. That is 3 more hexes. Everyone roll me a d12. I will move you 3 hexes for the next day, advancing the clock. Going back to and heading directly south. I assume again.
Yeah. Let's go all the way down south to Rokugan and then worry about curving from in there.
Okay. Okay. So
Nobody this time either.
Nobody this time either. All right. Okay.
Stick to the path. Don't go off the path.
Starting off
I
with
don't recognize the bodies.
Starting off with Trey this time. Trey, sir, how do you begin this journey?
Perception!
Roll it. Strom.
I'm gonna go survival again.
Survival again. Decadic.
I'll do animal handling again.
Animal handling again. Smoot.
Animal handling.
Animal handling. Zorksan.
Pony up.
Pony up. All right, everyone roll and let me know what you get. Starting with Trey.
13.
13. Okay.
I am proficient.
You are proficient. I believe the DC starts. What does the DC start at for that one?
I thought it was 8.
13 for
13.
perception.
Oh, okay. So that's a success. Good job. Strom, what'd you get?
16. I am proficient in survival.
Okay. Decadic.
I got 21 for animal handling.
And I'm guessing not proficient?
Nope.
Okay. Smoot.
And
10. That's a success. Zorksan.
Exact same as Decadic. 21, not proficient.
Here we go. That's 3 more. All right. Okay. 11 successes. You guys automatically move 3. But first, as you're near the southern border, everyone roll me a d8.
Ooh. Ooh. You can't roll at the same time as him, Smoot. That's just going to cause problems.
what are you talking about? I rolled first.
Oh, sorry. I meant Strom. Oh, yeah. I mean, come on. Both the same. Not Strom. Sorry.
Okay.
You were just...
Now you're doing it.
Yeah, God damn it. Tony, you're contagious.
Okay. So only one person, it's Smoot, that rolled it. Smoot, at this point, you receive that letter that I had discussed before
Mm-hmm.
in your diplomat's pouch, if you choose to read it.
Sure.
Okay. So you now have that letter. And
Okay.
okay. Okay, that it? Okay. Anything else? Good? Okay. All right. Moving on. It is the next day. You guys are... Oh, here, let me move it 3. 1, 2, 3. You guys are on the border of Rokugan at this point.
All right.
It has been 3 days, and you have moved a lot of hexes. You've moved
Yep.
3, 6, 7, 8. You guys have moved 10 hexes in 3 days.
You should travel by horse more often.
Yeah. You guys are on the border of Rokugan. It is a guarded border. It is this northern part is still Crab Clan territory. Let me know what your guys' plan is for passing the border. I'm going to use the bathroom. I'll be right back.
Our plan is Strom. He's a samurai that lives here.
I think
Yes, let's assume that just because he's a samurai, he's good with every single samurai clan. That's how it works.
That
I
seems-
believe
Are you
that
saying not all
Crab
Rokuganins are the
is.
same?
I think that Crab is the
Racist.
ruling clan, if I remember right.
Wait, is he said that's what we're by? I mean, we also just recently spoke to that lady at the wedding. That should go well.
Oh, that's
Oh,
right.
yeah,
Because she
that's
was
right.
Crab Clan too.
That's right, yeah.
He'll be familiar with us.
Mm-hmm.
I've still
I
got
don't
what's his
remember.
name skin in my pouch. If it'll help with our passage.
Let's see.
Still have his skin in my pouch.
I've got his cutie mark.
Yeah, it's because he didn't put the lotion on his skin.
Yep.
Let's see. I got so many fucking sticky notes I've taken in past games I need to organize. Figure out. I know I wrote it down somewhere, goddammit. But yeah, we got that there. Stop by. We have to turn in the horses, right? Tony said before we set off, is we wouldn't be able to like take them into Rokugan for some reason.
I guess I missed that. Did someone ride with us or something? But otherwise, what are we doing with these horses?
I mean, we could
Send them back.
give them to the Rokuganians in trade for passage.
And while we're at it, would they have some horses we could use to travel?
Well, we just acquired some today, sir.
For a premium of 2,000 copper each.
Yes. Got him at a bargain.
I'll sell them my horse, dispel it, and then cast it again.
That's perfect.
What
Infinite.
could go wrong?
Maybe get out of their line of sight first before you do that.
No.
Why
they
would
won't.
I want to do that?
And
I have to walk.
Cause an international incident.
I'd have to walk. I'm not walking. I have a horse.
Walking
I mean-
full pet.
I mean, if you want a horseman, I can always just polymorph you into one.
That's a good point.
You know, I tried that once
I
in
get to ride
college,
smooth.
and
Polymorph us all into frogs and have Strom carry us across. Smuggle us in.
Yeah, that'll go well.
invasive species, squish the bag.
No, damn it.
They're what? Frogs, I guess.
Yeah, they were.
Yeah,
They
I
were
suppose.
just frogs.
Oh,
That small one, yeah, that one, yeah.
I guess I'm the captain now.
Frog tip.
it's like a John
To my
Goodman from
country,
"Oh Brother,
like,
Where Art
The
Thou?"
rest were killed, all according to Kenkiku.
We thought you was turned to a toad. Do not seek the treasure.
The
I'm a dapper
ambassador's
man.
name was Nikeo, if I wrote it down right.
That sounds familiar. Yeah.
Who is the
Turns out the
second
ambassador's name was
highest
Bob.
Rokuganian? Bob the Dragon.
Bob the Dragon. Yes,
Can
he
he
can.
burn it?
There
How
needs
come
to
they
be
never
one
named-
named Trogdor.
They never named
Yeah, that
dragons like
does.
Skippy. Why is that?
I mean, if I came across a dragon named Skippy, I would probably almost be more terrified, because with a name like Skippy, it doesn't need to be intimidating.
Maybe he doesn't
Like,
breathe
enough.
fire, he breathes peanut butter.
Ooh.
Ooh.
That
Ooh.
Followed by a
Far
pack
worse.
of dogs.
That lick everything up.
I wonder.
This is delicious. Uh,
I feel like I got something from the ambassador.
AIDS.
Yes, it was AIDS. I need to put that on my character sheet.
Like the disease.
Is that conditions?
Okay. Sorry about that, guys. I'm back.
Everything come out okay?
Yeah.
It all came out all right in the end.
Yeah,
That's where it's supposed to come out.
I sent it Western
Alright,
Union
alright,
to you,
alright.
Trey. It should be arrived there in 3 to 5 days.
Neat.
All right.
It
So
just
you
smells
guys,
like meat.
you guys are on the northern edge of Rokugan and Crab Clan territory. On the edge of Crab Clan territory. The northern edge. This is not a border town. It's not here yet. You guys are in spitting distance of Kola, which is the capital of Rokugan. So, how do you guys wish to proceed now?
You said, Tony, we'd have to turn our horses in at the border earlier or something like that, right?
No, I just said you have to get past the border. Right.
I just get past the border.
I rolled earlier based on the hex you're on. There obviously it's not like a Great Wall of China, like across the border. This is just the border.
God damn you, Mongolians, always breaking down my shitty wall.
Enter established territory owned by other clans and lords. You're obviously not Dragonborn. You do have a samurai escort. But that samurai is from Joso of the Phoenix clan, and you're in Crab Clan territory.
We do have good relations with the lady of the Crab Clan after the wedding.
Mm-hmm.
At least not negative ones.
You're right.
Yes.
You don't have negative ones. You have met with the lady, and she is in Kola. So, we will have. Are you guys trying to hide from patrols, from people? What are you doing? Because you guys, Strom obviously has a chit, right? He is a citizen, right? But you guys are not bound to any lord in a feudal samurai society.
Oh no, Smooth is
Now-
gone.
The one thing that we might be able to say is that we are assisting with the fight against the Holy Kaza Kingdom. And they may let us pass. Maybe.
Strom,
Because
Depending
we
on
are on our way to Joso.
yeah, Strom, you're
Yeah.
pretty certain you could pass, right? They give you shit because you're the lowest samurai on the lowest clan, but you're
Mhm.
still samurai, right?
Yes.
You might run into the occasional challenge on the way, but
As proof of our good merit, I did mention we still have the Flame Bearer. I have his patch of scales with his brand on it still. So even if those guards haven't heard that he was killed, we have the proof in the family crest. So which would hopefully put any guards we run into in a more favorable position towards us.
it could.
Mhm.
It could.
Or attempted to take it for themselves for credit.
I'll kill them for that.
That's also true. I would almost say not to try to hide from them, because
I
I
would
feel
as
like
well.
if we were hiding and we get caught, it could be worse.
And with you, I feel less of a need to hide in the first place.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Roll me.
And then I guess
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I guess the next thing would be is do we want to go to Kola on our way down to Joso? It could be interesting.
Could be. It is. It is the capital, right? Roll me a history, Strom. There's a knowledge of Rokugan, right? It's germane to your character, since you're from inside.
8 total.
8 total. Yeah, there's Kola, and one other place directly 1 day south of you, there is a harbor village or harbor town. You could book passage to a ship going through the middling sea, and that could get you within spitting distance of Joso in the Grey Jungle. You could book passage, and that would avoid a lot of travel and patrols through various clans' territory. You would just have to get through Crab Clan territory. And, you would be able to book passage with them, but you would be the one that would have to book it. That would also be an option. Sorry, go ahead.
Sure, you're fine. Have you been keeping track of the days, Johnny? What day we're on?
Yeah.
Because this is actually, we've only been traveling for 3 days, right?
Yep.
Yeah. So we are on day 27 of a mile now.
Okay. So we still have plenty of time, too.
Right.
Yeah.
And technically, if you book passage all the way to the Grey Jungle, if you use the scroll, you'd be able to just get to Joso. That's within 9 hexes. So
Neil messaged and said that he will be back. His cat unplugged his entire setup.
Awesome.
Oh, that sucks. That sucks.
Oh, lordy.
Yeah. Let me know what you guys think. I'm down for anything. Should probably.
Well, I think that
sorry, go ahead.
we definitely don't hide anything. I kind of feel like we do the opposite. We walk in like we got the biggest dicks in the room. And
what do you mean, like?
Yeah, some of us it's truth, right?
Duly noted.
I only got one left, but it's great.
Anyway, moving on. And essentially, just we got nothing to hide, just walk in there and just be the kings and just act like we belong, and they probably won't fuck with us.
So then, do we want to try to get on ship then? Just go in and just go right for the harbor town?
Probably be the fastest mode of travel.
Yeah.
Which, less chance to being waylaid on foot if we have an encounter along the way. But maybe not going in all prideful, big swinging dick like we own the place, because, samurai code of honor, prickly sense of chivalry and all that might not appreciate that.
I mean, it's not like most of us are samurai. So we don't have to abide by their code of honor necessarily.
Also, I just kind of feel like maybe if we act like we have something to hide, we'll be more suspicious. But if we act like we belong and that we've done nothing wrong, then they'll be like, "Oh, they're supposed to be here. They're on a mission from whoever."
Yeah. We clearly don't belong. We got a snake man with us, a halfling woman. Like, again, we don't have to act secretive, but acting like cock of the walk, like, yeah, we're totally cool. Like,
I mean, I don't have to look like me if it would, help things out.
That is a good point.
That's true.
That is a good point.
But I mean, we still have enough of a mix that even just, not having me, we're still. I don't know how Rokugan feels about, say, Brillians or Asarians.
I can talk like I have a German accent.
Is that what you get from the Rokugans? Or
I don't know.
Or is that just to disguise yourself in any way?
As something other than Brilliant, yeah.
That's a mighty
They
strange.
all
accent.
sound like Benedict Cumberbatch.
Where are you from, buddy? I don't know where I'm from.
From around here.
I just woke up one
Cleveland.
day and I speak like this.
I am from Cleveland.
So you guys want to go to the harbor town then?
Yes.
Okay, let me create it real quick. I already have it mostly created because I had an idea.
So, Strom, if it comes down to it, how do you feel about us killing some border guards?
I mean, ideally, no.
They're not your clan, so you're less offended, right?
But they are the highest clan. Like, if you want to get boned, sure.
Don't say that. Rutherford will start shooting.
What was that about getting bound? What was that you were saying, Strong?
It has been a while since I've shot somebody.
It really has it.
And then I started blasting. You shot me 4 days ago now. Is that too long for you?
Yeah.
A day without shooting the captain in the head is like a day without sunshine.
Look, the next time you feel the urge to shoot someone, would you shoot Smoot instead?
You could command him to.
On his reaction for his next one or whatever, when he's about to hit me, can I use my reaction to redirect it to Smoot?
That'd be a fun command. That'd be a fun use of the power. I approve. Don't execute me. Execute him. Okay.
Anyone but me this time, Rutherford, please.
I know somebody is not getting revivified.
I can only take so many lightning bolts and shots to my head.
Okay, I have added the town to the thing. The town is Edshaw. Okay. Added it to the OneNote. It exists. Okay, you guys are within 1 day. So you guys, make this a part of a skill challenge. You have to, Strom, I'm going to need probably a diplomacy or some kind of social action to get you through the border, right? That's going to be your effort in travel. Smoot, if anybody wants to assist with that, let me know. You would give him advantage. And this is, again, it is travel rules, but travel through a populated area, so you can roll social checks as well. I will decrease the amount of the DC as long as you can speak the language.
Hey, Tony, how's our various nationalities / races do in Rokugan?
Rokugan.
Like, any of us going to have some any particular issues with our looks?
Strom's okay because of his background.
I assume he'd be fine.
Smoot generally does okay because of Euceria. There's a lot of rivers
And
that
nobility.
run. And nobility. So Euceria, nobility, and Euceria has positive relations with Rokugan because of the river, right? Great Chappaquiddick is, well, it's far away from here, but still, it's there are trade. If they're going to run into humans, the most likely humans that they're going to run into are Brillian, or they're going to be Euceria, right? Brillians, Brillia doesn't fuck with Rokugan, right? It's just, it wouldn't be a fair fight. And the Brillians are like, it's not worth biting into, right? Leave the dragon folk alone. Let's focus on other issues. So Brillians, they don't mind, right? A lot of Brillia has a lot to trade, right? So they'll do trade with Brillia a lot. Quixavians, not the best fans of, but it's Quixava, right? They just generally... You're not in Tuna Clan territory, so you're probably fine. But if you're ever in Tuna Clan territory, they fucking hate you. So
Aren't you Tuna Clan? Or are you another clan? What clan
Phoenix
are you?
Clan.
Oh, you're Phoenix. Okay.
yeah,
All right.
Tuna Clan is north, and they are on the coast of the Maelstrom Sea.
Okay.
Viserion, they get along fine with. Viserion is fine. They don't mind him. The elves have always had good relations with the dragon clans. So, you're mostly fine, right?
Okay.
None of you guys are Kenku.
No, we're just bringing one on a ship headed straight to Juso.
I'll be fine. He's just one, not a whole ship of them.
Right. But you're kind of seen as third class, fourth class citizens, right? Except for Strom,
Damn.
who's like a second class citizen. First, second, third. You know what I mean, right?
I didn't know it went that much
You're
lower
like
than second class.
You're like the bottom of the three, but sorry, you're the bottom of the second, but top of the third. You know what I mean? Like that.
Are we talking baseball?
You know, if this was like One Punch Man, you're like the
bottom of the nine.
first, you're like the first rank of like the sea level, right?
Ooh, we're Moomin Rider.
Yeah,
Let's
you're
go.
Munin Rider, man. You're Munin Rider.
Given respect, but not really respect.
Justice Crash.
Well,
Let's
I
go.
mean, he's a samurai, right? But still, yeah. But we'll see how that goes. You're going up the ranks, maybe, possibly. We'll see. Okay.
Run your horse into someone.
So, with that in mind, does anybody wish to assist Strom? If not, Strom, pick a social skill, and that's the one you'll roll.
I would love to assist him.
Okay, then you forego your action to give him advantage. I'm fine with that.
I speak Rokugan just fine. I'll help out.
You will help. Smoot, what are you doing?
I'm going to use persuasion,
Okay.
and I speak the language.
And you speak the language. You can go ahead and roll a persuasion, right? And your nobility, that helps, and you're a Yossarian, right? No disadvantage. So go ahead and roll that. Trey.
I will use perception and point out like anybody that's like coming towards us to talk, and just give everybody like a heads up.
Okay, you're trying to act as a spotter, like, oh, I see some guys on the horizon. I see some,
Yeah.
Okay. That's fine.
Let's talk to those guys.
Well, if you want to do, perception is fine. Decadic, what are you doing?
I'll stick with animal handling for now.
Okay, you're mostly just kind of keeping the animals, just keeping people on track, that kind of thing. Okay, Strom, what did you get?
I want to go with performance.
Okay, go with it. You're kind of showing, right? Like, are you maybe riding ahead of everybody? Definitely donning your armor. You have your swords with you. So you're showing off. Like maybe you're even on a mount and you've like dressed up the mount a little bit, cleaned it off. Yeah. So
I am samurai.
yeah. Okay. 21. Very good. Smoot.
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20. Also very good. Trey.
Natural 20, so a total of 26 on that perception.
Oh, nice. Okay. And Decadic.
12 for animal handling.
12 for animal handling?
Time
That's
and
good.
space.
That's still good. It's still a success. Okay. So this is how, and feel free to come in with it. Trey, as you guys start crossing the border, your character is acting as lookout, right? Just kind of keeping your eyes ahead, occasionally using like the broom to like zoom up a little bit and kind of do like a 360, like borrowing it from Corey's character every once in a while, just to get like a bird's eye view. Eventually, you're able to see a patrol in the distance that is at a checkpoint in the road. So first you identify a road, and you guys follow that road south, which is a blessing to the horses, right, Decada, because you can tell from your animal handling, they're rough, right? So you're able to go, we should get on a road. Like their hooves have been on rough terrain too long. They might break a leg soon, which is going to make traveling awkward. Eventually, knowing that checkpoint, Strom, that's probably where you should go. Like if you head directly there, with you is kind of like the head of a ship, right? The what is that called at the head of the ship? Like the mermaid? What is it?
Masthead?
The masthead.
Yeah.
Kind of like the masthead of the group, right? So you're at the very front of the group, fully dressed in your regalia. You've cleaned off your armor in preparation for this, and you're kind of leading ahead. You even have like the helm on, and you're just ready. Zorksan, you're kind of behind him, right? And you're just
I've got Dragon Guard armor, also Rokuganian looking.
okay.
That's
okay.
true.
Okay. So you're in the Dragon Guard armor, and Smoot is kind of there as well. So you're on his right, and Smoot, you're on his left. With the combination of Strom looking very official, right? Almost as a walking seal of approval to go through, and your characters presenting a good front, and finding the right patrol, the right people to speak to, you're able to easily make it within 1 day. Go ahead and move the clock forward 1 day. You're able to make it to the town of the town of Edshaw. Edshaw is a 7-dock harbor town. It is the edge of Crab Clan territory. It is population about 2,000. Several stores and whatnot are here, as well as a ship. Ships bound both north and south towards Rokugan, within Rokugan. Go ahead and roll me percentage. I'm kind of wondering whether we should stop here or not. What are you guys thinking?
Starting to get pretty tired.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
You all right with that?
Since you guys have made it all the way to Edshaw, and very feasibly, you'll be able to find lodging. You'll be able to find a ship, if you find the right captain, and find direction south, and possibly more adventures if you choose to dig into them. Because God knows you guys don't have enough to do.
Never do.
You guys will be able to make your way to Joso. That's foreseeable, right? And more than likely, the way to Joso, there's going to be several different routes you can take to Joso. Commonly, there's a lot of paths to the Great Jungle. There are some boats that might risk the open sea between the Holy Kaza Kingdom and the Empire of Rokugan. That would take you directly to Joso, but you'd have to find the right boat, and you might have to be ready for some combat to guard it. You know, as samurai, you might be able to sell yourself as a sellsword to guard a ship if you want to go directly to Joso, but you would have to guard the ship, and you would be bound by your word to protect it. So potentially keep in mind what you want to do. You guys can either go to the Grey Jungle and skirt across by land, or even faster, you could just go all the way to Joso and take ship and protect it from potentially, more than likely, Kenku or Ronin. That's a possibility.
You're protecting the ship, not the crew or anything like that. So if we get rid of everyone, we can make it our ship. You keep it safe. You've been honorable.
Sure.
Our fleet grows. The Venom-tongued Armada.
Yeah. Anyway, good job, guys. That went directions I didn't expect it to go. I thought we'd still be in a dungeon. You guys did a lot of things. Some things you learned, some things you didn't learn, sadly. That's good. That's how it goes. I throw plot points out there, and sometimes they just don't get picked up, and I'll just leave them out there to linger. All right.
Got a lot of questions though, so I mean, great job with that.
Yeah.
Sorry, there's a Titan in there that's being converted. Why is the other Titan on the Isle of Dread? Why is it there anyway? What the fuck's going on here?
Good question. What the fuck is going on? Is a very good question about what's going. I know what's going on. I got the whole thing written up on a Word doc, but
Bullshit.
no.
Prove it.
Okay.
Jesus.
There
It's
we
going to
go.
be like the Mega Man X video games where we find out that, it's just one villain in charge of all this shit. Like,
I gotta
Hester has
zoom
his
in a
thumb in
lot.
every
I gotta
single
zoom in
pie.
a lot so you guys can't see. There we go. All right. Share screen. Screen 2 and share.
I can't see. I gotta move my Zoom thing. Huh?
Nope, I
Damn,
stopped.
that's a hell of a scroll bar.
I don't want you guys to see. There's a lot going on.
The Cult of the Unwritten. Remember that, guys.
That's one of them. That is an index, by the way. This entire plot is, I have 32 pages worth of meta plots.
Wow. That's all?
That's just the meta
Slacker.
plots. Yeah. So have fun with that. So many things. Anyway, yeah, in game it's only been 4 days. It's been an eventful 4 days. And think of your travel through the Jade, the Jade Forest as kind of like the pinnacle of what you would imagine a whimsical, magical forest travel to be, right? It looks like a beautiful, well-tempered, verdant forest, right? Occasionally an awakened tree might move out of your way, but it was peaceful, right? Nothing crazy happening, even though you guys had some weird shit in there. You guys just missed it all. Anyway, I hope you guys had fun. If you didn't, fuck you. And I'll see you guys in episode 67. I'm going to stop streaming and stop recording.